Hello, Love Wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost!
But every night I'm making new best friends, and the only problem is we like having a good time. Forget yourself now.
If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Getting down.
Hello, Love Wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. Pluggo's already sweating over there because Notre Dame's playing right now.
Yeah.
But
What the
regardless of
heck
that-
is going on? National Collegiate Association, Society, whatever you're called.
They're NCAA is what they're called.
Yeah, the
The
National
National
Collegiate Amateurs
Association of America. Is that what
Sure,
it is?
whatever. Thursday
know.
night does not work for me, brother.
You know, they don't care about you.
How is my stream looking? I look okay. Tell me in the
Yeah,
check
you look
'Cause-
fine.
because I'm.
You're a little to the
I-
right. You're a little to one side of things, but I assume that's
No,
because the TV's over there.
I meant like because I'm streaming both right now. I'm trying.
Oh,
to,
are you asking if like
If
we
I'm
can
not-
see the game?
No, I'm asking if my picture's blurry, and sometimes
no.
when I. Okay.
No,
Because
you're
Mrs.
fine for
Plugger
now.
did pat me on the back today and go, nice new laptop you got there, because I haven't set mine up yet with StreamYard because I've been lazy, so I'm still using hers. But
Brother.
it's Between Two Beards, episode 189, 88.
How have you not? You got a new laptop for Christmas, dude.
I know I've been using it for writing and stuff though.
But
I
that's
just have
good.
not-
That's
haven't
good.
set
But
up
use
for-
it for this, bro.
I know. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna get it set up this weekend and be ready to rock. Because we're gonna need it when we go to Indianapolis, baby.
We are. But as you guys should know by now, you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards. That's why we're here. If you saw our social medias before we went live, unfortunately, we had a guest plan for this evening. Our pal Graham Matthews. He's been on the show a bunch of times. Wrestle Rant. He had a last minute out of the blue work conflict popped up. So he will not be joining us tonight, but he's going to be back in the coming weeks. He's going to be joining us real soon and popping back on here. So you're just stuck with us two tonight.
Yeah, which is unfortunate for JPJ because really you're stuck with like 1 1/4 of us,
Straight.
and that's on a good day.
You know, it's all right.
Dan Brown's in the house, Dustin's in the house, Scott's in the house, Fernando's in the house. Join them, smash that like button. Like we've said, if you want to guarantee your question, comment, or statement gets read on the air, leave us a super chat. Help support the team. We would greatly appreciate that.
Sure would. Boris in the chat. Hello, my friend.
Big Bad Boris, that
Big
absolute
bad Boris. The
stud.
man.
I hung out with him
Yes.
last night. He is a
saw.
gentleman and a scholar.
I saw you were
I was
on.
late
You were
to
on the
our
watch
meeting
along.
because of that.
You were late to our meeting, and you got scolded by the boss because you
I
were
did,
late to
but-
our meeting
But
because
I'm
of
used
that.
to that.
100%. Yep.
Mrs. Boris, which by the way, we decreed last night on the AW Watch Along that I am now going to love Mrs. Boris as much as Boris loves Mrs. Pluggo.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mrs. Boris, sup?
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah,
Dan, we did hear that the
we did. Listen, we're gonna talk the Raw on Netflix. We're gonna talk to Netflix.
Where do you want to start this week?
I will start anyway. We even have a draft at the end of the show.
Are we still doing that without Grant? I feel like we could save. I feel like we could save that if we locked him in.
I feel like it would not be relevant by the time we got there.
That is fair.
Because of the Raw, the guests on the Raw Netflix. So here's what we're gonna do. We're bringing back the draft tonight. We were gonna do it with Graham. Oh, that's great punk coverage by Penn State.
So why don't we start there so that we can announce the draft topic? Because if we announce the draft topic without discussing why we would want to go this route with the draft, it's kind of weird.
Well, we can just talk Raw and Netflix first, and then that will lead to that discussion. I don't.
We were sitting here for 25.
Just like, oh, by the way,
we were sitting here for 25 minutes pre-show. Did not say a single thing about what we were doing tonight. Literally, the clock strikes 0. And we go, oh shoot, showtime.
Don't say we. Don't say we.
It was definitely me. But hey,
we were chatting. Listen, we understand you have other things at play here tonight. I get it. We got in the room.
I want
7:35. We're in the room, hanging out for 25 minutes. We don't talk about a damn thing
but football
that has to do with this show. And I see the timer going down to 0, and then Pluggo out of nowhere just goes, "Oh shit, it's 8 o'clock."
But did we or did we not plan the next like 3 weeks of shows?
Yes,
we did.
Yes, we did.
But not this one.
We did. Not tonight. Not tonight.
We said not tonight. Grant has thrown us for a loop. Let's go ahead and start there, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's happened this week. I really liked NXT this week. I like some stuff on AEW. I like Kenny Omega's back, but I think the big one is Netflix. We could start right there. We could dive into it. We could say
Fernando's got your back, Doug. He's got your back, Doug. Yeah, we can start there. I mean, look, it is the biggest wrestling news of the week was that the debut of Raw on Netflix. We've seen a commercial every 5 minutes for it for 4 months. It came, it went. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was a really good show. I had a lot of fun with it. I know it was a little over 3 hours. I know there was only 4 matches.
I was actually impressed that it was 3 hours.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained. The one segment that I didn't want to happen on Raw, the crowd reaction to that segment also made that segment entertaining to me.
I heard Netflix is Raw.
So
let me say this. I was thinking a lot about this show, and I've seen all of the reviews and all of the chatter back and forth about it, the negatives, the positives. Overall, did I have a great time? Absolutely. Was that show designed for us? No, it was not.
Absolutely not.
That show was at WWE going,
Casuals.
Look what we can do. If you're an old-time casual or you're thinking about diving in, look at what we can bring to you on Monday nights. It was not for me. Not that it was not in a bad way. It's just they didn't. Yeah. That show is not like for the sickos.
Yeah.
They were like Hogan, Taker, Rock. They're here. Here's Cody's our guy. Roman's the guy. Check out, the CM Punk is the guy. The last thing you see, like that was, hey, look what we can do for you, and that's fine. I had a good time. Could they have thrown another match in there? Maybe.
Yeah.
Could they have eliminated a segment that you said? Yeah, they could have.
No, I don't think. Overall, I think we needed it to go down the way it went down.
I think it actually worked out better than we thought.
Yes, like at that moment, like listen. I'm not going to go into it like I went into it before, but like I woke up to the news that he was going to be on the show, and I was like, and in my brain, I went, that's not going to go over well. Like, I don't think that's going to. I didn't think it would go to the level that it did, but I was like, that's probably not
fair.
Go the way they want. And then the show happens, and it went the way that it went.
That worked out for everybody.
And I think it worked out. Yeah, I think it worked out for everybody.
But yeah,
I think it would work out for everybody. So for me, it's one of those things where, in Scott, that has nothing to do with it. I'm not going to get into that has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the fact that he is a racist. So stop with the political stuff. It is not related. Were there people in that arena that might have booed him for his political stance? I'm sure. But guess what? The Undertaker has the same political stance. And I'm pretty sure when he came out an hour before that, people were cheering for him. They weren't booing The Undertaker. And
Do you think, by the way,
the Undertaker did a podcast at fucking Mar-a-Lago, and I waited till 10 minutes and 2
I
seconds.
saw that.
Because I'm a professional.
But if anybody wants to donate to the JPJ Swear Jar, super chats are welcome. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think. Do I think he might have got a better reception elsewhere? Maybe that's the case too. But the point is, at the end of the day, we as wrestling fans have kind of moved on, and we've realized the man that he is, and we're just like, we don't need that. That's what it is. You can believe whatever you want to believe. That is the beautiful thing about being a human being. We're not going to tell you you're wrong, because if you think you're right, you're right. But did we need the segment? We didn't need it when it was announced, but what we got, we were like, hell yeah. But no, and then somebody said in the chat, a lot of filler for 3 hours. It was 100%. A massive walking advertisement.
100%.
Mrs. Pluggo, she gets full screen always. Hello, bearded boys. Hello, Mrs. Pluggo, you wonderful human being. You bought me some amazing cereals today that were on clearance at work. I'm excited. Some apple cinnamon toast crunch. Some gingerbread crunch.
Riley Leonard.
Oh, God.
He overthrew the guy by like 10 years. It was a high throw.
You don't throw balls that far ever.
It was a high throw. I agree with the failure as well. Not enough women on a 3-hour show.
That is true too.
Not enough women. And Gunther. I agree with the failure again. No Gunther. They had that package for him was great though. It was great. But again, and that's why
he's your world champion. But listen. But that's what I said at the top. This show was not for us. If you're talking casual wrestling fan or trying to get a Labs fan, they have no idea who Gunther is, and that's not a good thing.
Yep.
You should know who Gunther is. He's awesome, but he's not drawing you in.
Yeah.
As again, it's all for those people that I'm like, what do you know? How many times have you sat through Netflix and just went? I started like 14 shows today because I couldn't decide what I wanted to get into. On Netflix, so it's like, and then you're like, Gunther, I don't know Gunther, but I do know that Cody Rhodes guy kind of. I know The Rock. Yeah. So and there should have been some more women on the card. There should I feel bad for Penta getting cut. Granted, I think
but wasn't there
I don't think he's going to get buried like people are thinking, but
why would people think that? He's going to fight Chad Gable and have a great match on his debut.
You spend no time on the internet.
I don't listen to nonsense. Most of the people on the internet are dumb.
You got to listen to it though, because it's fun.
I don't listen. No, some of it's fun, but I don't. No,
it's my favorite.
I agree with Fernando. The world champ should have been showcased live.
Should have 100%.
Yeah.
And I knew the second The Rock completely discounted or didn't even go in storyline with Cody, like I knew, okay, tonight is not for us, because if it was for us, the sicko wrestling fans that watch every week, Cody Rhodes is getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. Fernando, that is false. That is false. That was reported. That did come out, but that was reported to be false. Becky wasn't even at Raw. She knew in plenty of time that she was not coming back on Raw.
But,
so
we could pick apart what coulda, shoulda, woulda happened, but at the end of the day, did they almost pitch a perfect game? I think so. I think there's a couple things. Yeah, another women's match or showcase a few more women on your roster. Like that, honestly, like that's the Intercontinental Championship match should have found it. That should have been there.
There was enough time for it to happen, but I talked about this with Ophelia. I feel like, Johnny, what's going on, my man? Welcome in. I feel like it would have got lost in the shuffle. Unfortunately, it would have been like the 6th or 7th thing you thought about when you thought about the Raw debut on Netflix.
Maybe
I feel like them being on this Monday, it's going to be 1 or 2 of the most important things you talk about.
Again, let me preface that by saying, maybe the 6th or 7th thing on what people are calling the most groundbreaking wrestling show of all time. Some wrestling pundits that are 6 or 7 on the most groundbreaking wrestling show around time, or 1 or 2 on a run-of-the-mill potential Raw that the casuals have now decided, I might not check this out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And don't get me wrong, there was plenty of time for them to.
I think we do
that match. They could have easily added that match to a 3-hour show.
But we do this thing, right, where we always go, Well, it would have got lost here. It might have been the Sixers. It might not. It might have been the best thing of the night. We don't know.
Maybe.
But we also then go, but next week, right? They're gonna. But this wasn't your 17,000 people in attendance, biggest show of the year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
You got it. It would have been a cool opportunity to say, "Hey, check out this too." But again, I'm splitting hairs here. I had a good time. I thought the show was fine.
I thought so too.
Suck it, TJ Warren. Piece of shit.
Anyway, well, hey, take it easy.
Anyway,
He's a child.
Anyway, he's like 24.
He's in college. He's a child.
There are 29-year-old men in college right now. Yeah. I don't think they're children, my guy.
David,
there's 9-year seniors, dude.
SmackDown is 3 hours now, man. It's 3 hours until like June.
It is
until like June, and then Hunter said it's going back to 2 hours. Dustin's had a couple good comments. This last one, he says, I think it was also WWE wanting to show that it isn't just a sport, it's entertainment. They wanted to show a bit of everything. Of course, yeah, 100%.
100%.
And that's fine. Listen, there should have been more women on the show. The IC title match would have made the most sense. But when the show played out, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of filler, but I almost feel like you had to go, like, we saw Raw 25. We saw Raw 30. We saw Raw 1000. Those shows were not regular Raws. Those shows were exactly how that Raw on Netflix was. And Dan made a good comment earlier that I want to talk about. He said he would argue that the show was for both the diehard and casual fan. He said 3 of the 4 matches had major ties to important stories and could have main evented a pay-per-view. And 3 of those 4 matches were long-term stories with stories that have been being told for months and months and months.
Sure, I don't disagree with that either.
So I think it was a little bit for it, but like The Rock being there, the Undertaker moment, all the legends in the crowd, like all that filler stuff, that was for the guy who might be
Travis Scott. That's for the kids.
Jay should have took a hit.
He shouldn't have. He definitely shouldn't have.
I wanted Jay to take a hit so bad before
that. See, I saw that. I saw that in my comment threads too. And my argument to that was actually somebody was like, "How are they not like? How is it cool for Travis to do it, but not Jay?" Because Triple H had talked about it in the press. Well, no, he said, "I'm just happy Jay didn't." Because it's an optical thing. You're about to go out and compete, and you rip a blunt, and then
I get it.
You don't want to do that. But
I get it. I just thought it would have been hilarious.
It would have been fun. I thought he was going to when I saw it, but that's a great comment, affiliate. We'll see how Netflix plays it now. Now that is it just going to go back to regular Raws?
And I think that's my main argument. Like, to the people that were complaining about that Raw, I was like, listen, you need to understand, like you said, they had a lot more eyes on them on Monday than usual. They had old wrestling fans who might have tuned back in because they were like, oh shit, Raw's on Netflix, or they had new fans that were like, holy shit, Raw's on Netflix, what the hell's this? And they checked in. So that show was designed for all the bells and whistles and all the fun stuff. So those fans look at that and they go, all right, that was fun. I'm showing up next week. So now is really where the work starts. Now is where the work starts for the booking team, Triple H, all these guys. Yeah, McAfee calling it Sage was hilarious. He walked by, he goes, yo, can I get a little, he didn't say hit or anything. I forget the word he used, but he goes, can I get a little taste of that sage or a little sniff of that sage? And Travis Scott just kept walking, and then McAfee goes, yeah, we'll talk later.
Michael Cole was dancing on the tables. Yeah. I mean, it was a great night. I think it's easy to focus on what wasn't, but what was good. Like,
wait, what do you mean? There was something. I mean, now it's with anything in the world, but there was something that happened, and people shit on it more than they. No way. In this world. Yeah. No way that there was a big event and not most people, but a lot of people crapped on the big event. No way. I cannot believe.
Well, if Penn State puts this touchdown in over here, I'm going to crap all over this event.
It's the first quarter. It's plenty of time.
Leave me alone. Let me process how I process.
There's plenty of time.
I don't have an NFL team like you do. This is my team.
Well, you could pick one of the 19 jerseys and hats you own as a team.
I'm wearing a Houston Texans t-shirt right now.
Houston. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Are you
Mrs.
gonna cry?
Pluggo bought
Are
it
you
for
gonna
me.
cry about it
No,
at some
Mrs.
point?
Yeah, I
All
might.
right. I just thought that's what Houston Texans do. Sorry.
That's what we do. We have emotions. You're right.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
So
We're not getting into that. No, we're not getting. We're not talking about that.
What was your favorite moment of Raw? Like, what was like? You're like, yep.
The main event. I thought Punk and Rollins ruled. I thought that match ruled. Dan, are you ahead of us? Are you blowing things?
Are you ahead of me? That's fine. Yeah. Are you messing with me right now?
Nothing's happened so far. We're about to see Pluggo. Rhea was great too.
Rhea
That was a
ruled.
close second. Rhea winning the belt back. Oh wait, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
Man's in the house. That's because Drew Aller is garbage, son.
See now, Dan's playing it off that he just did that, but he's ahead of us.
That's
100%.
because Drew Aller throws.
I am not falling for that, Daniel.
Drew Aller throws one of the best balls I've ever seen Titan coverage, but then he also does things like that all the time.
Yeah, and I think Dustin. Listen, here's my thing. I thought listen,
Go
4
ahead.
matches in a 3-hour show, ridiculous. I thought all 4 matches were good. Because Dustin says Seth and Punk was awesome, but he really liked the tribal combat. I thought tribal combat was awesome too.
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
Mini version of the WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, I thought Rhea and Liv was really good. Rhea winning the title back was great. Would I have preferred a Becky Lynch return and like a stare down as opposed to the Undertaker thing? Yes, but I still thought the Undertaker thing was dope. I liked it. I was like, that's cool. That's a good rub for Rhea. It's
the only thing I didn't like about it was I wanted Rhea to hop on the back of the bike and drive off.
That's what I thought she was going to do.
Hop on the back. And I will say this,
have her
obviously, I don't have insights on anything, and people may have spoiled it or may not have at this point, but like it genuinely looked like she did not know that was happening.
Yeah.
She kind of like, of course, she's good at her job, so she acted surprised, but even like the kind of the way they were talking and like interacting at first.
Oh, they called the penalty then?
I'm sure they did.
Oh, they did. Yeah, Penn State has the ball again. Damn, what the hell happened? Anyway, guys, if you're here, we're obviously going to be talking wrestling all night, but we're going to be commentating about this game the whole time. That's what we're going to be doing. I
wasn't paying attention to that part, but no, Liv looked really good, by the way. I wanted to give Liv her props in the sense that that was one of her best matches she's ever had.
Yeah,
I thought she really held her own with Rhea. She looked like she belonged, because I know a lot of her title run has been like she's scared of Rhea, she's avoiding Rhea, but she took it head on. Obviously, it was Mommy's time. Mommy's back on top. Dom got kicked in the dick.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good moment when Don got kicked in the private area, and then he got a riptide, which was excellent. Dan said the same thing, but he goes, I haven't been a Liv supporter or fan, but I'd be a liar to say that she hasn't absolutely killed her run as champion. Big props to Liv. And Ophelia, you just stole my thunder. I know we talked about it and we were aligned because someone said both Becky and Charlotte will surprise at the Rumble. I believe Charlotte will surprise at the Rumble. I would love to see Becky return on Raw next week after Lyra Valkyria wins the IC title. I think that would be a good little return spot, and then she puts Lyra over, I think.
Hey, shout out to Spencer Love for finishing his first interview of 2025.
Way to go.
With an interview that I was interested in, but no, he killed it, and you guys are gonna love it when it comes out. I won't spoil it.
Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be one to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Trust me. So Ophelia just said, I think we'll see Becky after the IC match next week. That would be fun. I think that would be fun. I think that would be, you want to establish a belt. Look, she already put Lyra over in NXT. I think that would be fun and different. And I think if you immediately want that IC title, yeah, if Becky's not slated to win the Rumble, if you want that IC title to matter automatically, if Becky Lynch returns and it's the first thing she does, she was like, I want to go for the IC title. I got unfinished business with Lyra. That would be pretty dope.
That'd be cool.
And that would be a big thing for that title, I think. So I think that would be cool.
He didn't steal my thunder, Ophelia. I think he actually did a much better job than I would have with it. Which this person rules that he interviewed. So I'm just saying, but no. And then he says, hey, 20 likes and he'll do an LPW 33 announcement. So if you guys can get on the socials and say, come like this show, we get to 20 likes, Spencer Love will announce something. I don't know what. I couldn't tell you. I don't have that inside scoop. But no, yeah, Becky coming back and facing a lot. You want to establish that these titles are important. You want to establish that the secondary title, it's not a secondary title, is what you're going for there. So that would be cool. Rhea needs somebody though. That's the thing. That was that's now we're back to this.
I thought it was going to be Rhea and Charlotte.
Rhea, we'll see. We'll
Run
see.
it back, dude.
But my thing is right now, up into the Rumble, she's got nothing to do again. Unless you run back Liv for just
listen, Becky could Rhea and Bianca would be the way to go, but Bianca's going to end up fighting Jade, I think.
Maybe.
I don't really know what's going on with Jade, but I think the aim would have to be Bianca versus Jade. Rhea versus Bianca would be the dream match you want. That's the biggest match they have on the women's side of things. I think that's the biggest match they have that we haven't seen proper yet is Rhea and Bianca. But I feel like
there's a lot of work to get there with them being on both shows.
Oh, you can't drop that ball, bro.
Yeah, big old side stand.
Brother, you can't drop that ball.
Can't.
You cannot drop that ball, bro.
But with Rhea's
shit, you are walking in, man.
Yeah, he is. That ball's a little.
Jordan Grace would be fun. That'd be fun.
Right, but I'm saying that Jordan Grace and Rhea would be a Mania thing or after the Rumble. What do we do with her for the next few weeks? Because last time she had the title, there was that. Well, she's not really wrestling.
They did that thing to end Raw where Io and her were holding the belt together.
Yeah,
I would be okay if you're telling me Rhea and Io is the Mania match. Okay, more than okay. Because you guys are
do that thing. Mania is in April.
Mania is in April.
What do we do with Rhea for the next 3 months is what I'm concerned about.
I mean, there's a lot of people she could go. Baszler could go after. I mean, who's ready right now to step to mommy? I mean, not the way they've been booked, but I think Baszler immediately could be ready.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm getting here. I'm
think
with
Raquel,
you 100%.
I know it's still involving Liv, but Raquel could be a choice. But I like Baszler. I'm trying to think of who else is even on the freaking Raw women's roster because they don't show any of them.
But that's what I'm getting at. It's not. I'm not saying like all these Mania matches will be dope and I love them, but it's like, what do we do?
Asuka returning would be cool. That'd be cool
because I just don't want this mommy run to be like, oh, she didn't really wrestle nobody, and it was like I want her to have like a dominant and I want people to be stepping to her. Like I want it to be a big thing, and we'll take that 3 all day. We'll take that.
Well, and this is a thing by Fernando. There was a thing on Raw where Bayley was in the back talking to Steve. To Adam Pearce. I always think of Steve Pearce, the baseball player, because he won a World Series with the Sox. But Adam Pearce, and so if Bayley moved to Raw, like Fernando says, that could be a good opponent for Rhea. We haven't really seen that before, Rhea and Bayley. I agree with Dustin, though. I think that Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, you might as well just book it. You might as well just book it now that it's going to be Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton at Mania for the SmackDown.
So in the span
that is a money-made match.
So in the span of a week, that's a great segue, Dustin.
Yeah, we should probably talk about what that happened
in the span
on Friday.
Tiffany Stratton cashes in on Friday, gets the belt. She finally cashes in on Nia. Yep. Julia wins on Tuesday. Rhea won on Monday. All the women's champions are brand new champions. Because the longest reigning women's champion in WWE right now is
Speed. Candice LeRae, the Speed champion.
Or whoever the North American
tag titles,
champion is in the women.
No,
I was going to say
just won that.
Oh, Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's up there now.
Well, Chelsea Green is the longest reigning women's.
So we have 3 brand new world champions in the women's division. I think that's an interesting way they kind of did that all in the same week. But Tiffany Stratton finally cashing in.
Oh, yeah. Great moment.
Great moment. She did it in a perfect way.
That whole thing was great. That whole thing was terrific.
I thought at first, I was like, oh no, this is going to be some convoluted mess, and there's going to be something that happens, and it just didn't.
I thought the way they did it, with her, so she comes down, and it looks like she's cashing in right away, and then she doesn't. She hits the ref, and she helps Nia win. So they kind of tricked everybody by doing that, and then she actually did it, and it was like that was cool. That was cool. It was different. I liked it a lot. I've been very high on Tiffany Stratton for literally since the first time she came back as this Tiffany Stratton in NXT. I was bought in immediately. She's a star. That pop that she got for cashing in was gigantic.
Yep.
She's, I didn't really think that she'd be a baby face, to be honest with you, but I think it works. And
well, the best way to make a baby face on SmackDown is have her aligned with Nia. Then have her wrestle Charlotte, and you're gold.
Yeah, and she's the rumors have been that that when Charlotte comes back, she's like leaning into like a darker, like moving in on the Queen character, but it's going to be like a darker. Like I'm getting like almost feel like she's gonna have like a Maleficent vibe to her. Like that's what I'm trying
I don't even
to
know what that means.
Shut the hell up, Pluggo.
Maleficent?
Shut up.
What does that mean?
I'm not we're not talking about it. That's just gonna make me angry.
What does that mean?
That's just gonna make me angry.
That's fine.
Stop it.
Wow, way to not educate your audience.
It's a Disney cartoon that's 70 years old, man.
I'm not 70 years old, man.
How did you not watch Disney movies when you're my age?
I did, but that doesn't mean I know everything.
So you don't know who they've made like multiple movies about her.
Who?
Maleficent.
That's a person?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Oh my God. How are you so sheltered? My word.
What are you talking? I can't be the only person.
You never heard of Maleficent?
Nah, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
That is bananas. That is
bananas. No, bananas are bananas. Maleficent is something I've never heard of.
That's crazy.
I've never heard that in my life.
Not saying I need you to know everything about the character because I don't, but that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah. Dan makes up an excellent point here. You can't just be making up characters in movies.
Yeah. She's one of the most iconic Disney characters.
No, she's not, because I've never. No way.
Yes.
She's not more iconic than Sleeping Beauty or Belle or Ariel.
She's a.
Or what Jesse?
You have that is crazy, man. That is crazy.
Jesse from Toy Story is more iconic in my world than whoever. Is it Maleficent?
Stop.
Is that two names?
I'm not having this conversation. I'm not continuing this conversation. I'm not doing it.
I don't.
You might as well have told me that you don't. I don't even know who to compare. You might as well have told me you don't know who. I don't know any normal person you would know. Ever?
I'm not messing with you.
She's in Sleeping Beauty. She's the villain in Sleeping Beauty. She was a chicken shit heel. Way to go, Johnny. She was a chicken shit heel.
Is she the one that gave the apple to Sleeping Beauty? That's an old lady. I thought the old lady.
Stop it.
Seriously, but she's the one that gave the apple to the old lady.
Pluggo says she's not iconic like Sleeping Beauty when she's the bleeping villain who's more popular than Sleeping Beauty. In the apple was Snow White, Pluggo. That's why I didn't respond, because the apple.
Oh, this chick. Oh,
yes.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
I didn't know that was her name.
Angelina Jolie played her in real movies.
Never seen it, man.
That's fine. I don't care if you've seen it. I don't care if you even like her.
You
never heard of Maleficent?
Nope. I didn't know that was that lady's name.
Come on. That's what this sounds like. She came down in a bubble, dog. That's what it sounds. True. It's true. Holy moly. Oh,
I didn't know that was her name. I didn't know.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro. God. Oh, if you watch that video, first of all, an all-timer, just an all-timer, great video. If you watch that video, the big guy that he's ragging on, he has like a knife in his hand. He has like something in his hand.
Grow up, Doug.
And when he's walking towards him at the end, like when it's ending, he like clinches the shiv or whatever. I don't know what happened.
I got a guy.
Was a witch, bro.
I got a guy I work with all the time that I'll just walk by and I'll go, "Grow up, Doug."
Yeah, grow up, Doug.
Ironically enough, that guy's name is Spencer too. My work husband's name is Spencer.
That is good.
It's weird.
That is good. That is good.
But yeah,
Hello, Maria.
I had no idea.
You clearly.
I learned
I almost
something
had a
new.
seizure. I couldn't believe it.
Maleficent?
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Okay.
Oh my God.
Go
Anyway.
Irish. Go Irish.
Woo.
Baby.
Jeez Louise. What are we dealing with here? You haven't seen Star Wars. You haven't seen Harry Potter. You never even heard, not seen, heard of one of the most iconic characters in the history.
Here's the
of film.
thing. I've seen Sleeping Beauty. I've watched it.
Then what the hell, Pluggo? Yeah, I hope you have. It's an all-time.
Very not on my radar, I guess. I just didn't. I don't know. It's either been a long time or she obviously she wasn't that important because she didn't win. Sleeping Beauty ended up dominating.
She's the villain, although she's been around. You ever played the Kingdom Hearts video game? She was the main bad guy in those too. Come on, bro.
No,
come on, bro. Yeah, Maria, we tried to have Pluggo watch the Star Wars movies, and he did a review on the show. He made it through about 3 of them, and then he was like, "This ain't for me, dog.
I can't do it."
I was like, "Well, I don't know what is wrong with you."
It's brutal.
The fact that you haven't won, I feel like you would like Harry Potter. I don't know how you haven't won. Your 3 cats are named after Harry Potter characters.
I know.
And you've never seen your wife, the lovely Mrs. Pluggo, is obsessed with Harry Potter.
Because of Spencer, I bought her those illustrated Harry Potter books for Christmas. Those are
hell yeah, that's a good but that's a good gift. But like your wife is obsessed with Harry Potter. Your cats are named after and you never seen any of them.
I see the first one. I'll say that. I saw the first one.
You gotta wait. The first one's great.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing with all this stuff. You gotta get past the first one, then it really starts cooking. Everybody said that with Star Wars. You get past the first 3, and then it really starts cooking. And I'm like, look.
First of all.
Look, that's like 48 hours of my life.
The Sorcerer's Stone of Harry Potter, the first one, is like it's one of the top tier. The second one, I will say for me, the second one, the Chamber of Secrets, good. It's the worst of all of them. But worst is a negative connotation, so I don't even want to say that. I think it's the what's the word that I could use that's like kind of the least great. I don't know.
Like it's still good, but it's not the best because it's it's fine.
But then once you get to the third movie is when it starts getting dark and it starts getting like, oh damn, like this is gonna get heavy here. And then the rest of it is just, oh my god. But
Harry Potter?
Yeah. Ophelia's like, get back to talking to wrestling. She said the Von Erichs have officially signed with AEW.
Oh, interesting. I kind of like that. I was going to Google something in terms of what we were talking
Maleficent?
about.
Were you going to Google Maleficent?
I figured, no, Ophelia sent me a picture, so I figured it out. But,
yeah.
Now I forgot what I was doing.
But anyway, like I was saying, I
because
Charlotte Flair to return and have that vibe.
See, now you're getting heated over the Maleficent thing, and I still haven't even given you my hot take of Raw.
I don't think.
No, I haven't even given it yet.
What's the hot take? You didn't like it? What?
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Eric Matthews.
Oh yeah.
Is not that important that y'all need to be getting upset that he didn't get the little bubble with his name on it. Okay. He's not it's not Eric Matthews meets World. It's about Corey and Topanga. And also on top of that, all those fans that they showed, all those celebrity fans, where's Eric Matthews been? Danielle Fishel has been putting in the work. She's been hanging out with Leo Rush. She goes to indie shows. She's been in AEW. He just shows up and thinks he's going to get Nobody watches Boy Meets World for Eric Matthews, dog.
Oh, that's a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie because Eric Matthews is the funniest character on that show.
He's also kind of a pig.
Yeah, because he's the older dickhead. He's a high school kid.
He's kind of a pig.
Okay, first of all, the show was made in the 90s where
he
things
kicked
were a little bit different.
He kicked Corey and Topanga out of their dorm to hit on chicks.
I get it, dude. What do you think? College guys weren't doing that? You don't think college guys were doing that?
Listen, I'm just saying though, the show is about Corey and Topanga, my guy.
Maria had a crush on him back in the day. Will Frieda was a good-looking man.
Topanga, it would be like you're watching that show for Corey and Topanga, Mr. Feeney, Sean Hunter, Minkus, and then maybe Eric.
Get the hell up. Minkus over Eric Matthews? Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can kiss my
I
ass,
think
Pluggo.
the internet was so outraged. And again,
No.
Macaulay Culkin, wrestling fan. Seth Green, wrestling fan. Bill
So what?
Simmons,
So
wrestling
you-
fan. Tiffany Haddish, wrestling fan. I've never seen Will Friedle at any wrestling show ever before last night, and he just gets. We got to put him on the thing. No,
yeah, you do. You have to show.
he hadn't earned it.
respect.
He's just like Big. He's just like Big E. Where you been, dog?
He hadn't earned it. The guy is one of the most important characters on a TV show that is a TV show that is considered to be one of the best TV shows of all time. He hasn't earned it. That's what you're telling me.
Not in the
He hasn't
wrestling world.
Earned it.
Go
If
to the
you're
Golden
showing-
Globes,
if you're-
bro.
If you're showing him on camera, like they showed him on camera, that wasn't just Danielle Fishel. He was clearly
No, he popped in.
on
He
camera.
popped in.
No,
It wasn't. He was like, "Hey, me, I'm here too."
you are wrong. You are wrong. It was utter disrespect. His name is Will Friedle, by the way, not Eric Matthews.
Eric Matthews.
But he's Eric Matthews.
Yeah.
First of all, if you watch Boy Meets World,
And she's not
which-
Danielle, she's Topanga, dog.
She is Topanga, and Topanga rules. I'm not sitting here saying that Topanga shouldn't get a billing over Will Friedle. I'm just saying Will Friedle deserves some damn respect. Is all I'm saying.
I don't
Eric
think so.
Matthews is one of the best characters. He does all of it. He's the funniest guy on the show, Pluggo. He's the funniest character on the show. You know how many people go out there and they say Feeney like that? That wasn't Corey Matthews that did that. That was Eric Matthews.
I'm just saying. I think the fake internet outrage over this particular topic is a
First
little
of all,
much,
it's-
guys.
First of all, if anybody has real internet outrage about it, they're idiots. Okay? It's not
way
real
to blow the spot, dude.
It is
Way to pull back the curtain
it
on
is
my.
absolutely disrespectful that they would not acknowledge Eric Matthews, Will Friedle. Disrespectful. There is no other way to put it. It is just disrespectful. And I will not
Was it?
stand by.
We got
Yes!
TV time.
No. They didn't even say him on. They didn't even mention him on.
You
they
know,
just mentioned him on commentary.
Kieran Culkin won a Golden Globe, and he
I'm
did
aware.
not get airtime.
But they
I
did
don't-
not show him at all. Like he was singing-
exactly.
Oh, but that is different. They showed Will Friedle.
They showed Danielle Fishel, and Eric's like,
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you about this. You are wrong.
I don't know, man.
You are wrong. I am not. No. Kieran, first of all, how do you not go out of your way to make sure you show Kieran? Now,
That's
speak of the
true.
devil,
He did get a spot with CM Punk at the end, though.
yes,
It was pretty cool, though.
he
but-
literally won a Golden Globe the night before for that movie.
Philly is
with
saying there was
Eisenberg.
a whole section where they just didn't name people with nameplates, so it wasn't just.
Oh, Maria
Eric-
coming in. Maria's coming in hot. She says, without Eric Matthews, Boy Meets World doesn't last 2 seasons.
I don't know about that. Because even if we're gonna
Let me
look
tell
at
you.
it, if we're gonna look at it objectively, Eric
Let me
really
tell you.
didn't hit his
No,
stride till
he
the
hit
later.
He hit later.
Yeah, he hit later. So maybe
Eric
the
hit
first
later.
few, sure,
Yeah.
I could give you that. But yeah,
Eric hit later. But I'm telling you, once Eric was a regular point of, he was hilarious. There's no way you did not watch Boy Meets World and laugh your ass off at like 90% of the. He was hilarious.
he's
he
a
was the-
buffoon. He
he
should have
was
never gotten to college.
What?
That kid never did a
He was an
stitch
idiot.
of
He was an
homework in
idiot.
high school.
Yeah, you know.
And they're like, "You're in college now."
And then we had Matthew Lawrence and Jack came in there. They had all
Yeah,
Angela,
exactly.
Angela.
And Matilda
the red-
Ward. I don't. Oh God,
Someone said it the other day. I think it was Dan, and we were talking about this.
Danielle, maybe. Yeah,
No, Danielle is Topanga's real name.
yeah, maybe.
It was
I don't-
Angela, and there was another one. Claire.
Yeah.
Claire.
Sure,
No, I don't know.
but even Eric's dad, Morgan, was cool. Like, but Eric, he didn't.
Listen,
need it.
we're done talking about it. We're done talking about it. You're wrong. You got to at least have some respect for the guy.
Why? Again, just from a pure wrestling standpoint, I've never seen him at another wrestling event in his entire life.
Because he's a celebrity and he's on your TV screen. You acknowledge him. That's all. I don't care if he.
Hey, so what?
Yeah, half the celebrities they always show really aren't wrestling fans. Like they're just there because they're celebrities. If a celebrity's on the TV screen, you show the celebrity.
They didn't even show all their champions on Raw, let alone.
They didn't have the belts. They didn't have the belts with them. Why didn't Tiffany Stratton have the world title? She just won it on SmackDown.
Yeah,
She's in the front row. Why doesn't she have the belt?
I don't know. That's a weird vibe. Maybe she thought Bill
Very
Simmons.
weird.
Maybe they thought Bill Simmons was going to steal it or something.
But Dustin asks, What's your opinion on people being upset that Cody was sitting in the crowd for the opening of the show with Raw? Here's my thing. I can hear myself echo. You have a? Why can't I hear myself?
I don't hear nothing.
Anyway,
except you with your poor takes on Eric Matthews.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear an echo and it's messing with my audio, like to the point where I'm hearing myself talking. I'm like, oh, but either way. All right. So
power through.
Clearly The Rock opened the show. Well, first of all, Triple H, they did the cold open and what'd you think of the new ring mat? Before we get to what'd you think of the black
looked like a stock car.
Yeah.
Fine.
Looked like a UFC boxing, like that's
whatever. I don't get too excited about ring canvases.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of those things where they do the big opening, Triple H is out there, very cool, and then The Rock comes out. And I think everybody, including me, was like, okay, here comes The Rock. He's going to talk his shit. He's going to do his thing. But it wasn't. He was very much like it wasn't.
He was corporate shilling.
Yes. And he put over the company. He put over Netflix. He put over Cody. And everybody was talking like crap. They did they dapped. There was video that they took a shot of booze in the back together and hugged.
Talk about that.
I'm just like, what is happening here?
Not only, yeah. So they do all that, and that's why I said at the top, the average real wrestling fan was like, "What the hell, man? You're the final boss. You were beating this dude's ass for the better part of a year."
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. But then they're in the back doing shots. Dwayne looks like he's had a few before that, and he just gets in that truck.
Yeah.
He just gets in that. He's like, "I'll see you guys on Tuesday."
Exactly.
You're like,
yeah, and he did say the "Tell the Mama Rhodes I said hi." That was like the
Mama
only.
Rhodes I said hi.
And like Maria, for your comment, I mean Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are not Raw superstars either, and they had a friggin' match.
Well, and then if we want to tie it all kind of together, The Rock on Tuesday night, then he cuts the promo on the main event,
and he addresses that,
and he says to all the people, "Just sit back, buckle up. I'm 20 steps ahead of you. Know your role and shut your mouth." Okay, if that's the case,
I think,
sure. And I'm giving you a pass. I even said it on social medias when I talked about this. It was cool to have him out there. It was a big moment. I still popped when his music hit. It was a corporate chill all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
But it's The Rock. It's whatever. Pretty much The Rock could do whatever he wants at this point. I don't care.
Yeah.
If he didn't know Maleficent, you wouldn't fight him?
Yes, I would. He's part of the friggin' Disney Pixar family. If he didn't know who that character was, I would have a serious problem with that.
If we see him in Indy, let's ask him.
I'd be like, brother, what the hell? But yeah, I was gonna say, they're on Netflix, and yet The Rock waits till the next night when they're on the CW to be dropping F-bombs every other word. He's swearing up a storm on that NXT on CW. They were on Netflix. Nobody swore at all.
Yeah, he was drunk.
Oh, yeah, right he was. Although
he's
him and Ethan Page on NXT,
that ruled.
Wonderful.
He's like this, and then of course he's telling 6 minutes. They're freaking out, and my feed it cut out when he goes, "You smell what The Rock is," and it cut to the news.
Oh, really? No, I saw him finish that, and then he put his arm up, and it cut out.
Nope, I didn't get that. It cut to the 10:00 news where we had a news story about in our town, one of our surrounding townships. There's a library scandal.
Wow, all right, fair enough. Library scandal. What the hell is that about?
I don't know. Something about
burning books.
No, some scam to like return books and get money and something. I don't know, man. I didn't watch it. I was like, this ain't the vibe.
Yeah, no. I thought at first when he came out and he was putting the Cody over at first, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what is happening? And then I was like, this is just weird. But then hearing him on NXT, and one line that he mentioned on NXT was he said something like, when I reached out to Nick Khan and Triple H a few weeks ago to tell them I was coming to NXT. When he said that line, I said, see, I go, they already have, because everyone's reporting if he's there at Mania or if he's not at Mania.
But do you believe him when he says that, or is that just something you say?
No, I think him, Triple H, Nick, I think they know whether he's available at WrestleMania or not, and they're not telling us.
Yeah.
I think and then when he's also, like you said, at the end of that, where he said, whether you're complaining, he goes, just The Rock says, know your role, shut your mouth, and enjoy the ride The Rock's about to take you on. I think they all already know. They all already know where this is going, when he's going to be available.
Where's it going? Where do you think it's going?
I think eventually it's going to Roman and Rock. Obviously, I think the fact. Okay, I saw somebody put this on Twitter earlier. It was 4 pictures side by side, and I think that the thing was, I forget what they said, but it was a picture of Roman giving a hug to Jey Uso, and obviously we know what Roman did to Jey Uso. It was a picture of Roman giving a hug to somebody else, and then it was a picture of. It was 3 pictures of Roman hugging people that he then went on to turn on, right?
Sammy and Jim.
Yeah, it was something like that. Touchdown. It's all right. It's early. It's early. You're fine. You're fine. Plenty of time.
No,
plenty of time.
We need plenty of time. We got to start hot.
Yeah. You plenty of time. You got plenty of time. And then, so if this game ends before 10 and it doesn't go your way, we're just ending the show, right? We're just going to end the show. You're not going to be able to perform. I can already tell.
It won't end before 10, though.
I'm not judging you because I'm the same way. I'm not judging you at all.
That's all right. We'll be fine.
But that's where I
feel
like
where's this going? Where's this going?
No, so The Rock came out again after Tribal Combat, and he put the Ulafala on Roman, and he hugged Roman.
Yeah.
And the tweet that I saw had 3 pictures of Roman hugging people, and then it had a picture of The Rock hugging Roman. And I think the tweet said something along the lines of like, the hug is always a symbol towards the end, or it was something like that. And I was like, I think that was very on purpose, because I do think The Rock is going to turn on Roman at some point. Maybe. And that's what we're going to, I think that's what we're doing.
And Maria, no, I do not have money on this game. I do not gamble. I am from South Bend, Indiana, and I love Notre Dame football.
Yeah. Pluggo is the team that he is most passionate about is the Notre Dames. No, so
the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Yeah. So
and mainly their football team. I love the basketball team, but they're garbage. They're garbage.
Yeah.
Anywho, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see with The Rock and Roman, the Cody stuff. I'd like to see them tie that up, because I was actually into it when they were like, I'm coming back, and I'm coming back for you, Cody. Then I still don't know what that note is.
I do think we get Rock and Cody. Like, I really do think we get that match too. But I think the end game is Rock and Roman, but I think we get Rock and Cody first.
Now, I know that Cody got involved in Tribal Combat more so because Kevin Owens got involved, but
which I loved. I loved that.
But do you think that rubs maybe Roman or Rock the wrong way, that he got involved in family business after saying he wouldn't ever again after Bad Blood?
No, because I think Cody was only out there strictly.
Why you getting involved, KO. My guy? You still got involved in family business. Now you're in it again.
I really loved that KO part of it, though. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, that's cool that he showed up and stunned Roman. Like, hell yeah, man. Roman's the whole reason that KO's turned into this character. So
that Cody.
Well, yeah, but like him teaming with Roman is the reason why, though. So like Roman is the basis of all of this for KO. So the fact that KO was like, screw you. I'm stunning your ass. I loved it. I love that part of that match. Yeah, I like it. I thought that was fun. The last woman standing match was great. Rhea being the title. I do want to see Maria. I agree. I think he should win the ladder match against Cody. He's not going to, but I feel like he should. KO should have already been world champion again since the last time he won it so long ago. But I hope that guy becomes world champion multiple times, because he is as good as they have. He is as good as they have, and he's been as good as they've had for basically the whole time he's been there. But, like, he has been so good. He's good at everything. They give him bad guy, great. Good guy, great. We need you to go out there and be a funny guy, great. We need you to go be a killer and, like, paralyze people with pile drivers, great.
We need you to go out and be Maleficent. Great.
He would kill it. He'd be the best Maleficent we've ever seen.
It's Maleficent. I keep saying Maleficent.
It's Maleficent. But that guy, Kevin Owens, is as good as it comes. And he needs to be world champion.
Super versatile. But again, we're in this kind of thing with we're getting in this with Cody where it's like, when's it's going to happen? It's not, here's the thing, it's going to disappoint people however they do it, just because they're going to be like, Cody, but it's got to happen sometime. It's got to happen sooner than later. Why not, Kevin? Why not at the Rumble? Why not when we're there live?
I would love it.
God, that would
I would absolutely love it. I would absolutely love it.
It would be dope. And then Cody wills his way back to the Rumble, gets in the Rumble, wins it, and wins the Rumble, and then challenges KO at Mania.
Can I be honest though? I feel like
I would hope.
I feel like if KO, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Cody retains. But if KO does beat Cody for the belt, I think they would go KO and Randy first before they go back to Cody.
Yeah, but you could do that at the Chamber, and Cody could win the Rumble.
Yeah, I think Cena's winning the Rumble.
So we didn't even talk about John Cena. Can I? That dude is a
what a promo, dude.
That dude is a all-time great Hall of Famer, 16-time champion. Yeah. All the bells and whistles. You name WWE superstar, John Cena's on the short list. And he sold me a ticket to him being washed up and not good enough to win things. He goes, It's never. I was like, no, we want you to win now, you son of a bitch.
Unbelievable.
I've been rooting for you to lose for years, and now you're like, I want you to win this thing.
That was the best part. That his promo, he was so
good.
He was so good on Monday.
He was so good. He made me order the Funko Pop that they put out for his.
He was
I need it.
So good on that promo. The way that he got, I just kept yelling Rumble. I did. On the watch along with the fail.
I hate it because
I was like, come on, what about the Rumble, John? What about the Rumble, John?
I hate it because my entire wrestling career or fandom, I have not liked John Cena. Again, from a kayfabe standpoint, the Cena sucks crowd, it's out of respect because I was not a John Cena guy. But here I'm like, if you don't win that Rumble, this is just, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And he's sitting there and he goes, everyone, and he's leaning into us because he knows that once he announced it in July, we all made our lists of matches we want to see. He knows we've been talking about it and thinking about what's this last year going to look like. And he knows that we thought, he's going to beat Flair's record. We want to fight Cody. He mentioned the names, Cody. He mentioned Drew McIntyre. He mentioned a few others as well. CM Punk, Gunther. He mentioned all these names. And he 100%
named names.
Yeah, he 100% is passing Ric Flair. He should. It is a new era. You need a new person at the top of that, and you need Flair's name.
I don't think we're in disagreement there. But what number does he enter in the Rumble? I don't think it's 30. I don't think he's going to do the 30 and get the easy win. I think he's going to.
I would love to see him,
but I don't think he's
not going to be number one. I would guess that he's going to.
That I wouldn't like.
Right now, I'm going to say 16.
Ooh, 16 because the 16-time champ. Look at you. If he goes coast to coast with it, I'm going to be like, come on.
Yep.
That I might. I'd still like that he won, but I'd be like.
Like the year that Cody came back and Cody was 30, and I was like, that he should have came back at like fucking 15, dude. Why is he 30?
They should do some.
Why is he 30?
They should pick a number for Cena that nobody like has ever won from, and just kind of like, this is like the first time the number 8 entrant has won the Rumble or something crazy like that.
That'd be cool.
Five knuckle shuffle, Maria. Five spot.
But Cena is still my pick for the Rumble. I know he's at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto. I know he'll be a part of that match, I would think. Obviously, that's a backup plan. If they would rather give the Rumble rub to somebody else, they could say, hey, Cena, you'll win something. You'll win the number one contendership match at the Chamber in Toronto or something.
So you got to walk that back. So if he wins the Rumble, who does he challenge?
It should be Gunther, but the rumor is that he's going to fight Cody, though.
Right.
Which I hate.
So it'd be Cody and him for the Undisputed Championship. Then let's say they decide not to do that. Then somebody goes, who else would you have winning it to face Gunther who else would you have win?
Yeah.
The 10 entry numbers that have never won are 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 15, 20, 21, and 26.
21 could be good. 21 would be good.
I feel like if he's going to win the Rumble, he's got to be in there. He doesn't need to be in there for an hour and a half. I don't need that, but he doesn't. I would like it to be more than 5 minutes. So give me that 15, 20 right there. So we get like the last third, and he's in there for a hot minute. That'd be cool.
We got people saying Punk and Gunther.
Yeah, Punk wins the Rumble, takes out Cena in the Rumble, and says, "Suck it, John. I'll see you at Money in the Bank."
Yeah. Riley Leonard just got hurt, I think. Oh no, he's hurt. But
it's not our backup has an arm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he got driven down in the mat. Oh, his head hit the fucking. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. But for me, listen, my WrestleMania card that I have, it consisted of Rock and Roman.
Oh, he's coming out.
Yeah. So it's in the center, though. You got a big boy coming out here, too, limping. You're in trouble, Pluggo. It's all right. It's halftime. You got to regroup.
Our center, our offensive line has fallen apart since week 1.
You got to regroup.
Yeah, He's in the tent.
Oh,
anyway.
Angeli? That's his
this
name?
Dude's got an arm, though. He's pretty good. Yeah, this guy's pretty good.
Steve Angeli, 6'2", 208. All right.
Had we not paid Riley Leonard $1.5 million to come to Notre Dame,
so Scott is saying what the reports are. So he's going with the reports. So the
What's
reports
the report?
the reports are saying it's going to be Punk and Roman and Cody and Cena. So
sure, and then Punk has that favor in the pocket for Paul Heyman.
Yeah. And then they're saying it's going to be Seth and Gunther as well, the reports.
But if you do Punk and Roman, how does Roman get these are for championships? We're just doing Punk
No,
and Roman.
I don't think Punk and Roman would be. I think that would be Punk's favor, right? Would
And
that
then
probably have to do with his favor?
Who would get Gunther?
Seth. They're saying Seth Rollins is the rumored guy now.
Okay.
Fightful has not official, but Fightful has reported that it's been discussed. So they said right now that the matches that have been discussed have been Punk and Roman, Cody and Cena, and Seth and Gunther. But that's all under the guise that The Rock will not be at WrestleMania. If The Rock is wrestling at WrestleMania, I would assume that changes.
Did you hear today Seth Rollins on Chris Van Vliet?
I saw some clips. I'm going to watch the whole video after our show tonight. Actually.
I haven't,
or listen to the whole thing.
I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but that was weird.
What just happened?
I don't know. We switched sides and then that was weird. It's probably because Notre Dame's collapsing. Well, maybe not.
Oh, they just had a good play.
Jordan Faison.
Are we live now?
Yeah, everything's still good.
Good.
That was just weird. What I was saying, I don't know. Seth Rollins doubled down on CM Punk stuff, but he made not a weird comment, but he made a comment saying yeah, Dwayne kind of interjected himself last year. Wasn't quite sure what they were doing.
Oh boy, don't look.
Fuck. Fumble. That's not good. Halftime, right? We'll regroup at halftime.
Regroup. Don't give up a score here.
Hey,
sorry, we're fine.
They better not. This game had to go on during periods. But no, yeah. So Seth kind of mentioned that Dwayne kind of came in and they weren't sure what they were doing, and kind of when he in his moment. So maybe Dwayne does the same thing. Hopefully, he has more foresight to not interject into something crazy. Do we want to see Rock versus Cena one more time?
Absolutely. If they were going to do it, I don't think they do though. I don't think they do. I don't think they'll do it.
Maybe not at Mania, but they.
I don't think that's on the list. Scott, I did see that. They absolutely better not do that.
Yeah, because nobody's mentioned that Goldberg is getting a retirement match this year at some point.
And that is fine. I have no problem with that match happening at some point this year. I have a problem if that is the WrestleMania opponent for Gunther. I have a problem with that.
Although they did tease it.
That guy is a living legend. He's one of a kind on your roster. You didn't have him on your debut on Netflix live. You're champion. You didn't have him on there. And then you're going to saddle him with Goldberg at WrestleMania? No, thanks. No, thanks.
Gunther's going to come out on Monday and be like, I want Goldberg.
No, thanks, man. Sorry. Save that shit for Payback in France or some shit. I don't got time. No, not Mania.
The Crown Jewel. That's Crown Jewel
Crown
stuff.
Jewel.
Right there,
Do
dude.
it there. Whatever, dude. I don't even care if you make it in SummerSlam. It's a 2-night event. Fine. I don't care. No. Wait, how'd they get the ball back? Did they not count that fumble?
They called it he was
incomplete pass.
They were calling for I think it was I'm a Notre Dame fan and I think that was a fumble.
It looked like a fumble to me. That's why.
Yeah, that was interesting. So hey, we got a shot to at least if we can get 3 points out of this deal.
3 points at 10-3. You get the ball, right? Penn State got it first. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, you're gonna get a field goal at least.
But either way, yeah. So Goldberg, stay
I
away.
wouldn't mind that. I think that's good, Maria. Goldberg versus Braun Breaker.
Sure.
But here's the thing. Here's my thing.
I don't care what you do with Goldberg on your WWE program as long as it does not involve a world title picture. I get it why people would want Goldberg. I personally have seen plenty of Goldberg. I don't need to see any more.
Correct.
Keep him away from my world champions. Do whatever you want with him after that. I don't care.
Correct.
You want to have him win all the mid-card titles and tag team belts by himself?
No,
whatever.
You don't have to do
You get what I'm saying. Keep him away from
I
world title. I don't need it.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that at all.
We can do that. That'd be interesting, though.
Here's
Belt
my thing.
collector Goldberg.
Yeah. this kid's going to bring you to a national championship plug. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. He might. He might.
Oh, did you hear, though? I swear, last football thing. The quarterback from Georgia's entering the transfer portal.
Ridiculous.
Wasn't
Smart.
he supposed to, I know he got hurt, but was he supposed to go to the draft?
Smart, but ridiculous. So yes,
why
he's
is he leaving?
he
'Cause
was
they're gonna go with Gunner
was.
next year,
Here's
right? They're gonna
why.
stick with
Check.
Gunner?
This is why they like Gunner style. I think it's a mutual thing. But here's why. Here's why you do it for Carson Beck. You announce that you're going to the draft. You now get draft grades. You just got hurt, so your draft grade's probably 4th round, 5th round, because you got an arm thing.
Yeah.
That's what $700,000 maybe on a non
He would have been a first round. He would have been probably a first or second round pick originally, right? Probably late first, early second.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be
that's guaranteed like, for 3 years.
Yeah,
4
that's
years.
probably close to like guaranteed like $1 million difference, probably.
Right, but I'm saying you enter the transfer portal, you go to some school that's going to give you a couple $1,000,000.
Oh yeah,
you play good for one more year, you up your draft stock.
Yeah.
You don't really lose anything by doing it, but I think it is silly the way they do it. But speed aid review, his arm was going forward. But I see that, but I don't. I whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
so yeah, I don't know. My mania thing for me is
if Carson Beck was a wrestler, I'd hate his guts. He's got that face. He's got that Austin Theory face.
You want to talk about? We talked about this today earlier on Firmly AEW, but ever since and this is completely going to AEW now, so like we're just jumping everywhere.
That's what we do here.
Do you know who has a real punchable face? Wheeler Yuta.
Now that you say it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that checks. That tracks.
I don't even dislike him. I like him.
No, I don't.
Ever since he like officially joined, like when he came out in that gauntlet match last night, he just looked like such a piece of shit. Like he just came out the facial hair, the hair.
Yeah, he has like this. He has that thing where it's like,
yeah,
and he's just like,
oh man, and he came out from the.
He's like, I'm Wheeler Yuta, beat me up,
and I was just like, man, that is a hateable. He is so hate like, and he just has that dickhead swagger to him because he's a bat. I'm just like, oh man, yeah. Well, you know what, Ophelia? He's because Mox doesn't even get a reaction anymore. Moxley came out last night to crickets.
To be fair, everyone last night was.
I thought that crowd was good.
They were pretty boring for Edge too. Or I'm sorry, Cope. It wasn't hot for Cope.
We're not calling him that. We're not. He's Adam Copeland or Ledge.
I like that they still called him Adam Copeland and they went AKA Cope, which they said that Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland was too wordy, so he switched to Cope. But Rated R Superstar AKA Cope is more words. Just throwing that out there. I'm no mathematician, but that tracks in my world.
Yeah.
Dynamite was fine. I didn't like. I didn't leave it like.
I liked it
over the moon.
I thought it felt like an old school Dynamite.
It was good. I just didn't. I just like it was, there could have been a few more things. I liked Hobbs getting the win. That was cool.
Good little surprise there. I like a good surprise. I loved the triple threat between Tony, Willow, and Stat was awesome.
Yeah.
Osprey and Buddy Matthews at the
that definitely ruled.
Come on, dude. Come on. What a match those two had. And all right, so we can talk about this, I guess, because after the Osprey and Murphy match,
get out of bounds. Let's go.
Yeah. After. So I gotta deal with this all night. I gotta deal with this shit all night.
I told you like a week ago this was happening.
I knew what was happening. I know. I'm not faulting you. You think if the Patriots, or no, that's a bad decision. You think if the Red Sox, I know it's not, like if they were in a World Series game right now, I wouldn't be fucking watching it.
I was going to say,
I would have told you.
We definitely watched. You did watch a Patriots game one Thursday night, but they only scored like 3 points.
Yeah, they got killed by Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. That should tell you everything you need to know about my friggin' team this year. We interviewed Mike Vrabel today, though. Oh boy! Luckily, he You got to call that timeout, bro. Just kick the 3. You got to call that timeout. Luckily, he hung on that ball. That ball looked like it was bouncing.
Take the 3 and call it a game.
So after the match with Buddy and Will Ospreay grabbed a mic.
Yep. Called him Buddy Murphy.
He called him Buddy Murphy. That was funny.
He got Buddy Murphy. I mean, Matthews. My bad.
He put him over, said he wrestled him a few times before. He's great. He put over Brody King, and he specifically said the line where he goes, I've wrestled you. Abdul Carter is a beast. He goes, I've wrestled you.
He's a beast, Brody, but not today. He's a piece of trash.
And I've wrestled Brody. And he goes, and I think that neither of you need a leader.
But he also said that last night, and then shortly after Dynamite reports started flirting out that Aleister Black is finishing up with AEW. So is that kind of the...
Well, that's what I think. That's why they did the promo. Because I think moving forward, I don't think Malachi is going to be there. I think it's going to be just Buddy and Brody. Because
Julia, maybe, or are they moving her away too?
Oh, I would hope Julia is still part of it. I hope it's them 2 and her. Here's
a fun
Julia Hart kind of being the new leader.
I was going to ask, do you think that they would implement a new leader for those 2, or would it just be those 3? Brody takes it over.
I think it should just be those 3, and I would think, either.
I think Brody taking it over.
I think Brody taking it over would be badass, but I think Brody or Julia,
and then add another piece so they could still do trios somehow.
Yeah, but I think that's why they did it. I don't think it was a shot.
I'll take the 3. I'll take the 3.
I don't think that was a shot at Malachi Black at all. I think it was just him. I think it was just Ospreay saying that to let us all know that hey. Malachi Black.
But when he said it, you were like, "How dope would Ospreay Malachi Black be?"
Oh, the match, 100%.
Yeah, I was like, "Is that what we're gonna get on Malachi's way out?" And then I was like, "Maybe not."
So we'll have to see there. But one would make if those reports end up being true, and he is on his way out of AEW, I would assume that WWE would be in his sights. He was made to be a top of the card champion. Oh, Danhausen would be fun.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That would be fun.
That'd be if they switch to more of a comedy gimmick.
Yeah. That would be fun. But I would think WWE would be in his sights. Obviously, he was a former NXT heavyweight champion under Triple H when Triple H was running things in NXT. He had that badass entrance, that badass music. That kind of stayed with him in AEW because House of Black is great.
Yeah.
That's what I would want, Scott. I would want Julia.
Right, well, now you've got me for about Brody 15 minutes on
Brody. Yeah, now we let's focus, man.
Focus in.
Halftime, nothing matters. But guys, we're at 14 likes. If we get to 20 likes, we're dropping some LPW news.
6. If we can find 6 likes, we'll make this happen. I think.
Yes. I don't, they're together in real life. If you wanted to, I don't think that would really fit. I mean, Zelina's in the LWO right now, so things would have to change there. But I think either way, I think Malachi would probably find his way back there. He knows he can trust Triple H. Triple H will know. Not saying AEW fumbled the bag, but they definitely were underutilized. I feel all 3 of those guys. Whether that was AEW's fault or Malachi Black's fault or a little bit of both.
Common theme with all these wrestlers that leave is they were underutilized.
Yeah.
But that's why, but to be fair, that's why when they leave WWE, they were underutilized there too. So I'd be interested to see what happens with Malachi Black on the main roster, especially right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
Do you think
kind of heavy?
They put him back in that room and he's just looking for a fight again.
Who's gonna knock on my door?
Who's knocking on my door?
That was so bad.
That shit happened for 3 fucking months, dude.
I know.
That was that's probably even longer than that. I think I might be down. That shit felt like it went on.
And it was such a terrible thing because you've presented him as an absolute unstoppable badass in NXT. Then who's knocking on that creepy guy's door to fight him? Who's
knock on my door, pick a
To be
fight.
fair, all you're doing is sitting on the internet, then essentially talking shit. You're not actually ever leaving your house. So why would anybody want to fight you? You're not bothering anybody.
Well, it was just it was terrible.
Could you imagine if somebody knocked on my door today wanting to fight me because I was like on the internet being like, somebody come fight me? I'd be like, you're all right. That's
Was it
weird.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they go to all they have that whole segment in the movie where they just
It's
go,
like-
everybody that talks shit, they just beat the crap
Because
out of them.
because earlier Affleck was like, wouldn't
Yes.
that be something if somebody did that?
Yeah.
And then they're like, are
Yeah.
you poop shoot 89? And he's like, yeah. Did you say that Jay and Silent Bob suck on the internet? Yeah. And then they just whoop them.
Beat the shit out of them.
So
They beat up a kid. Like they beat up like a 10-year-old or like a 13-year-old kid or something. Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know what you do with Malachi Black in the WWE, but if he goes back, he goes back. That's fine. It's good that there's places for these people to go. And guess what'll happen? At some point, the WWE unfortunately will also let some people go, and they might make their way to AEW.
For sure.
Kenny Omega's back.
Let me tell you.
That's I have not watched Wrestle Kingdom yet. I'm going to watch that match especially, but I heard it was awesome.
You got to watch it. It's a little over a half hour. It's a decently lengthy. It's a lengthy match. That I know it's the beginning of January, and I'm not saying it to be a smartass. Obviously, it's the match of the year to this point.
That's fine. Last year, our Beardy Award winner won match of the year. It was a January 4th match.
Yeah, I am telling you, I think it'll be very hard. Not saying it won't happen, but I think it'll be very hard to top that match.
Will it make Pluggo's top 5 of the week?
I think it should. That was incredible. That match with Gabe.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Fantastic.
Probably. Maybe not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. After this game, after I'm done crying.
Yeah.
Tears of joy or tears of sadness. I don't know which one.
Here's my thing, right? So Kenny Omega's back, right?
Sure.
They did the thing at the end. He cuts a good promo, a very impassioned promo. It was a good one. I thought he looked great. David, I was there for that. God damn it. I was there. I was in the seats.
I will say this too, and then you like the next week on the show, you're like, I bought tickets for that.
I did. Waste of fucking time. Waste of fucking time. Now
you're like, it's not. You're like, I gotta go. You talked yourself into it. Then you were.
I was there all weekend. I was like, let's just go. Whatever. It's Sunday night. There's nothing else to do. It's the last thing. It's a wrestling. The matches before the card was good.
He wants one more.
Good. Okay. Yeah. How about no?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How about no? Yes, Scott. I believe. I think it'll be your number one on the 5. If you
think so, I don't rank them, but
so you just do 5 things. Like just
unranked.
It'll be in your 5. It'll be in your 5.
I haven't watched all the way through yet because I've been busy this week. But anyway, he comes back last night. He cuts the promo. You know, the diverticulitis.
It's a good promo.
It's a good promo. My only issue that I had with the whole thing was that this morning when I wake up, AEW exclusive after, and then he tells us he's cleared to the crowd and that he's going to wrestle next week against Brian Cage.
Well, they announced that before the show went off the match.
Did they? Because no, I thought that was like because when he was talking to Roberts, they were off the air.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I only saw the graphic for the match, and I thought they released it before, like right at the end.
But he didn't say like I'm cleared to wrestle, and then he's like, come over. He did all that after. I was like, do that. That's cool. Do that.
Well, I assumed his promo told you that. He said he was going to keep wrestling and fighting and blah blah blah. Like I assumed his promo was him saying, "Yeah, dude, I'm wrestling."
That was really fun. Do that on the show. That's fun. That's what we want to see.
And I'm excited about Brian Cage and him next week. I think that'll be fun. My thing is now that Kenny Omega's back, I want him to go directly for Jon Moxley and win the fucking belt. That's what I want. And when I look at AEW now and I think about this Death Riders angle and all that stuff, to me, the 2 guys that were standing at the end of the show, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, one of those guys needs to. You know me, I really like Adam Copeland. Before he got hurt, I was loving his run. That was some.
I'm sorry, who?
Adam Copeland. That's what I call him. Yeah, Edge.
I'm sorry, Cole?
No. I like him a lot. His run before he broke his leg was some of my favorite shit he was doing in his career. Yeah. I very much liked him. I don't think he's the guy that should be going after Moxley. He's just not. He's not like, yes, he's in AEW. Yes, he's cut AEW, pro AEW passion promos. He is not an AEW guy to me. And Mox is trying to kill AEW. So I need an AEW guy to be the guy that beats Mox. I still think it's going to be Darby. But now that Kenny Omega is back, it's like I wanted Kenny to be in that gauntlet match last night and win it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be a problem for me. How dare you? Don't even speak that into existence, David. Appreciate you being here, but you don't even talk about that. Someone will read that and they'll fucking do it. You do not. You do not. That's my thing. Now that Kenny Omega is back, I want Kenny Omega to become AEW World Champion like tomorrow.
It's because you don't like the Death Rider thing.
I'd
and this is a perfect opportunity to just do it.
And we got to talk about it because nobody I'm not going to say likes because I did like it a lot when it was starting, and then nothing has happened for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Jon Moxley, not a scrub. Jon Moxley, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, when he came out last night, got 0 reaction from that crowd. And I know we kind of disagree. I thought the crowd was good last night for the most part.
I just thought it wasn't like the hottest crowd we've ever had, but it was fun. I mean,
that is your world champion. He got 0 reaction from that crowd. That tells me that, and it's Jon Moxley, dude. Nobody dislikes Jon Moxley. That tells me that nobody gives a shit.
These angles
about what's going on right now.
And it's these type of angles are very hard to pull off, right? Think about Roman and the Bloodline stuff. For a long time there, we were like, same song and dance. You come out, you bust up the main event, Roman, retain. It's a very hard thing to keep heat on if you're not going to introduce new variables to it. Yes. What you're doing right now is you're just plugging in a new group or you're plugging in a new person, and it just becomes like Jon Mox is going to come out. There's going to be melee in the main event. The Death Riders are here. Oh, this match is getting thrown. It's that Bloodline thing. It's hard to do. You got to interject some stuff. So we'll see. I still I'm holding out a shred of hope that it'll turn the page, but like you said, I'm losing it a little bit in there. Like, we need something else to interject here. We need something big, and they just don't have it right now because, like, Eddie Kingston's on the shelf. If he showed up, that'd be a huge pop, right? The Young Bucks are not back yet. Kenny's just got back, so he's not quite there to be in the mix, which I think you're right. He should be. He's the EVP. Tony Khan has not came out and said anything. Like, there's just nothing. It's just, we're going to come up, bust these main events. Oh, no, the Death Riders are here. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's
Paul White is out. Yeah, dude, we need the fucking big show to come out and take care of this. They haven't followed up either. Like, Death Riders took care of Private Party and Daniel Garcia. That was going to be the team to do it. And then they moved on to Hangman, Jay White, and Cassidy. They didn't do it. It's like you need some kind of uprising from the entire roster to just either dismantle these people or I don't know. I don't know what you do. There's something missing for it, though, for sure.
Yeah. And to me, like, I almost called him it. No, I'm not doing it. Adam Copeland is not going to beat Jon Moxley, but I do think Rated FTR will be the next Trios champions. I do think that will be something that happens for them. I look at it now and I'm like, okay, Will Ospreay, if you don't want to do Kenny because you're building to something with Kenny, personally, I feel like the team that is it's going to be the Elite. It's going to be Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Hangman.
It has to be.
And it's going to be those guys that finally kill the Death Riders. Like, that's who it's going to be. And I think Christopher Daniels, the last couple weeks, has been talking to Hangman, trying to get him to, hey, man, snap out of this shit. Because I think Christopher Daniels knows, for AEW's sake, they need old Hangman.
Now,
to be that guy to go back with the Elite, because that's who it's going to have to be that kills the Death Riders.
The next pay-per-view is the Revolution, right?
Revolution, yes.
That's not until what, March?
But they're doing the Grand Slam thing, which nobody knows if it's a regular TV show or a pay-per-view yet. But I'm saying,
but maybe they I don't know. There's a long time to go here, but maybe we get the Elite rallied at a point
also-
at Revolution where they
Well,
stop.
I know you didn't watch it, but the Young Bucks also just won the IWGP
Yeah, I
Tag
saw
Championships again.
that. Yeah.
So, and they're fighting in Japan at the beginning of February again. So it seems like they're hanging out in Japan for a little bit. But yes, I do think
Weird. That's
when however long this goes, I do think the end game is the Elite getting back together and ending the Death Riders. I would like if Daniel, I don't think he's going to wrestle though. I wouldn't mind Daniel Bryan maybe. I don't know. I feel like you're not wrong, Maria. I feel like Daniel Bryan should have some sort of role in it.
it's
But I don't
definitely, maybe there's just it's drawn out too long, or it's not. They're trying to wait for a big pay-per-view moment. I don't know, but you definitely got to do something because it is a little stale. That you either got to go. That's why like Moxley has to absolutely you need to like what you were doing at the beginning. You need to just be absolutely menacing people. But right now you're kind of tucking your tail and running when people run out now.
Yeah,
it's
every fucking week.
That's
dude.
not the John Moxley that I know. You stand in there.
It's so bad, dude. It's like they come out, they attack, and then the AEW fights back, and they just run off. And then the next show, we start with the promo. We start with the promo from Moxley, angry that people fought back, and then we just do the same. It's every friggin' week, man. You know, Spencer, well, right above your comment, Spencer.
Yeah.
Right above your comment, Spencer. Fernando said Shane McMahon.
I know we all laughed it off, but.
And then you said, Spencer says the story feels like something was supposed to happen a few months ago, but something fell through.
That would be dope. Maybe that's what we need.
But all I know is it just feels like they've been floating for 2 months, and it's like I'm not saying I need this angle to end. I'm saying I need this angle to get to the next step of the angle. Because just throwing new opponents at them, but the same shit happening is not progressing the story. I need something to happen that progresses the story to the next step of the story. Because nothing has been progressed in over a month, almost 2 months, and it's insane, man. Yeah, well, Drew and I talked about this. Basically, our three minds are very much alike here because we talked about it a lot today. But
I might still be a little more into it than YouTube, but I definitely can see myself going like, all right, if nothing big's gonna happen, then what are we doing here?
Yeah,
like they go into the EVP's office, go into Tony Khan's office on a TBS and just beat the crap out of him or something. And then Shane McMahon, give him something that'd have been dope. You know, some kind of reasoning. Why are we still doing this? Because you don't like the way AEW is going, but you're not really changing anything either.
It's very bizarre. It's very, very bizarre.
I'm still holding out hope. I still love what they're doing, Marina. Though I think Marina's badass.
Yes. Do you think we see Beth? Do you think we see Beth Phoenix?
Is she still under WWE contract?
I'm not sure. But last night specifically, when cool. Marina Shafir got up on the apron and her and I think Copeland like something happened. And he looked at her. He looked at her and he said, "I can't do anything to you." He like said that, like he was like, "I can't."
Well, one, he's a good person. He doesn't hit women, and two, Beth Phoenix gives me the "you don't touch my man" vibes. So.
That's what I'm saying.
so
I feel like they did that angle, and they specifically showed us that with them two having that moment. Because I'm expecting, I think we're going to see Beth Phoenix. Now, that's something. And if you're telling me that maybe, let's say, Grand Slam in Australia, one of the big matches is Moxley and Shafir versus Adam Copeland and Beth Phoenix in a mixed tag, I'm all in on that shit. I'm all in there.
Who the hell is Nate Smith?
This song's called Whiskey on You, so it's probably some country crap. Sorry, no offense if you like country music. But I've just never
heard of him.
Sorry, it's all opinion. But
well, if she's free, then yeah, of course I want to see Beth Phoenix. Is one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time, so of course I want to see Beth Phoenix. Yeah. But
that's a big match. That would be a cool match.
Does it progress anything though? Does this?
I don't know.
I just, they got to do something. They definitely got to do something.
Nothing is going to progress this story. until
How's come nobody's trying to steal that briefcase or something? Being like, hey, at least give us the title back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels very plug and play. It feels like, like they want to wait for something big to happen, but they might. Again, these angles are very touchy, very touchy. You gotta strike while the iron's hot, because if you let it go too long, it becomes this. And then the bloodline was able to save it, because I remember us being on air going, I don't know, man. It's the same thing every main event.
Yeah.
But
well, Maria asked Christian, because that's the thing too, is Christian still has that briefcase hanging around, and he has still a little bit of time to hang on to it. So it's like, okay, well, who's going to beat Mox for this title? When are we going to even see the title again? Because it hasn't been on air in 3 months. Like, when are we seeing the belt again? Like, what is going on here? Unbelievable. Let me tell you.
What?
No, I was going to crack a joke. I was going to be like, it's unbelievable how people in here and that work for Love Wrestling, they could just come without invites from the hosts of the shows. They just pop on.
Don't you have enough shows that you do on this channel?
It's unreal. Just the like, I love everybody that works here. I'm never gonna say no, but like, we have so many people that just pop into the show. Like, Drew's not one of them.
Who it is? So what's up, dude?
It's like, bro,
what are you doing here? You come to watch Notre Dame football with us? This is the Notre Dame watch party.
Oh no, definitely not.
Then get out of here.
I mean, hey, some of the men are attractive, so that I won't say no to that.
I mean,
but yeah. What team do you follow again? Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Not me. I don't have a dog in this fight.
John Cena's doing a McDonald's commercial right now.
Yep, he is. He's in charge of the new value menu at McDonald's. John
make it cheaper, my guy.
Okay.
No.
So, as of right now, I'm looking at the roster.
Okay.
Of
AEW or Notre Dame?
No, we're not doing this.
Are we talking about which guys you think are hottest on Notre Dame? Let's go.
Absolutely.
Dude. Let's fucking go.
This is what matters here. This is the content you'll want.
This is what I want.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to remind you that they're all
quarterback Riley Leonard.
He's like 30.
He's not 30. He's 23.
Okay, not bad. I'll rank him 5 out of 10.
Hey.
5 out of 10. That's not great.
It's not great.
Steve Angeli, I'd rank a 6 out of 10.
Steve Angeli.
He's playing now because Riley Leonard got hurt, so he's in there.
He's got better arm strength too.
Okay. Who is? Oh, Junior. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That's an 8 out of 10.
Junior
Halamaka.
Yeah, Jordan Tula Halamaka. Yeah, 8 out of 10. There you go.
8 out of 10, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maria's saying the Buffalo Bills are winning the Super Bowl. All right.
Ooh.
It's a good pick. I do not have them winning the Super Bowl.
What about Jeremiah Love? He's our stud running back.
Is he playing today, though? He's out, right?
He's playing, but he's not playing well.
Yeah.
He's not playing well.
Jeremiah, 7 out of 10.
What about Jordan Faison?
Wow, there we go. Well, riveting stuff. This is riveting stuff here. As the numbers in the corner drop.
Get it, man.
No one gives a shit about this at all.
Jesus Christ.
But it's cool. Yeah.
Hey, we're getting about as much reaction as the Death Rider Scout on Wednesday. We're
getting more. We're getting more than that.
7 out
It
of
was
10.
0.
For Faison?
Jordan Faison, 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Faison's a handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
Junior's been my number 1 so far.
What about Marcus Freeman? He's the head coach.
Oh, the head coach. Yeah.
He's a good looking guy.
He's the head coach. His name is Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, he's the head coach.
Friedman or Freeman?
Freeman.
Free.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Yeah. There you go.
9 out of 10. Coach is the most attractive guy.
I thought he was going to be the most attractive. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Better looking at that bald mother SOB James Franklin who was talking trash at the presser.
First of all, relax. Respect your elders. Respect your elders. How are you talking about?
Thank you. This is actually like a tea. It's kind of like a purplish color. It's coming off blue on the camera, but Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to wear. It's just nice and
So how do we save the Death Riders, Drew? Since JPJ does not want to talk about the hotness of
Okay.
my football team.
how
I
do we
like to
save
know, I don't
them?
objectify people. It's not all about looks, guys. It's about what they do on the field. You don't judge a book by its cover. That's what I've been told.
Mrs.
And I
Pluggo
used to
just
compliment
listen.
on
Mrs.
people's looks.
Pluggo
what
just
you need to
texted me and asked me
understand.
where did our little tags go because we changed background.
Oh, it's
This
great.
is
Yeah,
what
you
you need to
turned them off.
understand. Okay.
Well, it's because we had to put. I didn't know how to. turn them on.
I'm just gonna put this out there right now. I appreciate
Sure.
everybody in the chat. Eagles fans, pipe down.
This is an attractive man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
he's a
Marcus,
good looking guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what do I when I say okay, do I want to talk about the Death Riders or do I want to look at this hot guy? I want to look at this hot guy.
That's
This
fair.
is
But
my
I'm just telling
favorite.
you that is objectifying people, and that is not proper. I've been
Okay,
told numerous
We
times
are
throughout
we
my
are
life.
we are 4 likes away from 20. So please get some friends in here, smash that like button, tell them we said hi. Drew, we have done a lot of things together over the years on stream. This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing we've ever done.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
I might
I
have
would
to,
rather
maybe I'll
talk
do this
about
once a month.
the-
I'll just crash your stream and
We'll just talk about the hotness of Marcus Freeman and the notness that is the Death Riders.
Fair.
yeah, because probably in 2 months we'll still be talking about it. So,
The Death Riders, at least, college football will be over. But like, at least the Death Riders will, I assume will still be going on a few months from now.
only 38 years old too. My God, my husband is the same age as this guy.
There you go. So he's right there for you,
Actually,
Drew.
he's 1 year younger than my husband.
Is your
that's
husband
crazy.
a fan of you talking about the hotness of other dudes on stream?
Oh, he doesn't care.
Mrs.
he'll talk
Pluggo
about
talks
podcasts,
about the
too.
hotness of other people on it all the time, and every time she asks me who my crush is, I say her.
You want to know how
Nerd.
long?
What a
I don't
nerd.
think I don't know if I've said this on firmly before, but do y'all know how long I have been in this relationship with this person? Have
23
I
years.
told you guys?
I think you've told me, but I'm probably going to get it wrong. But I'm going to say 13
Corey and
years.
Topanga Matthew style since you were
I'm
in
going to
first
say
grade.
13 years.
More.
20.
Oh no, not that many.
15.
I 15. This year
That's
is
pretty good.
15 years. I've been with
So you've been
one
married for
person.
how many?
What?
How long have you been married? You've been married for 15 years? You
No,
haven't been
no,
married
no,
for
no.
15.
We've been married for 2 years this year.
Okay.
The pandemic.
15 years.
fucked
That's a long
everything
time.
up.
That's pretty. Yeah. 15 years. That's good. That's good. That's a good amount of chunk. That's a good chunk of change.
We actually got engaged before the pandemic, and then,
and then,
got
and then
married.
all
during
hell
the
break
pandemic.
loose. Yeah, and then fair enough.
So,
All right, enough of this fucking romantic
All right.
shit.
so
We're
the
here to
Death
talk about
Riders-
wrestling and football. What the we're talking about love for?
We can talk about anything we want, man.
Jesus, what is this?
We're not a recap show.
I
We're a
know.
variety hour.
Jesus.
Somebody
I wish
said it
we were a
earlier in the
variety
chat. They
hour.
were like, "Between Two Beards has it all." You're damn right we do.
We do.
I don't get to talk about this stuff on firmly. About
Oh, I know, because
Oh
I
my
bet
God.
you,
Football coaches.
JPJ's like, we got to talk. You got to keep it, man. You got to keep it on course. Here, I don't care what you do.
You know.
By the way,
I mean,
who,
we're in the-
who named the show Netflix and Phil? That was you,
Zach.
right?
That was Pluggo.
It was
That was
no, that was Zach. 100%. That
Oh,
was
was it?
Zach.
All right.
Zach?
No.
We had tossed around a few ideas, but he called it Netflix and Phil like last minute because he was like, "Listen, I got to change the graphic real quick before you put it out this morning." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "I just came up with the perfect name," and I was like, "God damn, you're good." So shout out to Zach on that one. I wish I could.
yes.
JPJ
Yeah.
doesn't like love or men crying, but Asian Joe doesn't like Ophelia. So
So yeah, see,
No, we're
Maria's
not
like, are
done
we done
talking
talking
wrestling.
wrestling? Because she's getting out of here if we continue with this.
I just came to crash and talk shit.
But
about
last
the
time I
Death
checked, it's
Riders.
my show. So
well, how about
talk
this,
whatever I
Maria?
want.
How about this, Maria? Because I never see you in the Beards chats ever. So thank you
Yeah.
for your first time here. What from wrestling would you like us to talk about? I'm not even saying that in a mean way. Like if you have a question because it's your first time here, let it out. We'll talk about it. I'm very excited to have you. And if but this show does go off the rails.
Oh, yeah, we
very
don't- yeah,
fast,
this is, like,
very
we are-
quick.
we
all
are
the
a
time.
wrestling show, but as you can tell from this episode, we talk about whatever the hell we want, whenever the hell we want.
It just
And-
happens.
And about 70% of the time, it's not wrestling.
well,
that's-
that's strong.
That's strong. Maybe
That's strong.
60-40 wrestling. But we do a lot. We do a lot of things.
We do a lot.
Oh, Yeah, I'm not acknowledging. I love Ophelia. She's my girl, but I'm not acknowledging her comments. So yeah.
Yes, Maria, feel free to ask a question. Anybody in the chat, go ahead and ask a question.
Well, Drew said he came on to air grievances, and then he started coming on and talking about hot football players. So I don't know if those were the grievances or not. We were supposed to do a draft.
Xavier Watts is pretty good.
Drew could be a part of. Yeah, there you go. Pluggo asked you, Drew, but you didn't answer.
So
how do you fix the
Death Riders?
We did talk about this at length today.
We should talk about that.
How do you fix the Death Riders?
I fix it by Kenny Omega winning the title.
That's what I said. Immediately.
Well, listen.
Like next week.
What happened with the Death Riders was that
Drew, sorry. Johnny needs to know. Do you know who Maleficent is? Maleficent, the character.
Familiar.
Oh my fuck. Who the hell are my co-hosts? Who the fuck are my co-hosts?
Ooh,
wait, that's Disney, right?
Yes.
It is Disney. Listen,
Maleficent.
Okay, listen. Like some
it's
gays,
technically spelled
I'm not
this
a Disney
way.
gay.
It's technically
I'm sorry.
spelled.
Okay.
You don't have to be. She's in Sleeping Beauty. It's one of the most iconic characters of all time. Oh my!
I didn't know either. Okay. They yelled at me for 20 minutes. Maria wants to know what she did. What does Solo do after losing to Roman? That's a great question.
Okay,
I have no idea because what is his bloodline now going to join Roman's? Because he said he would acknowledge Roman.
Oh God!
Whoa, that was crazy. He would acknowledge Roman if he lost the Ulafala, and so does that mean he's just back as the enforcer in the? Yeah, because I don't know what Roman does now. Do we just keep the bloodline together? Or there's a lot going on.
My thing is unbelievable. Like you can't just keep a reaction to yourself, bro.
Nope.
When we're talking about things that have nothing to do with it.
Let's go.
Unbelievable. Dan Brown, Maleficent was in a tag team in Mid-South in '86.
So what do we do? What do we do with Solo now that he is no longer the tribal
I
chief?
think that Paul Heyman is going to eventually turn on Roman Reigns and join Solo. I think that is going to be. Did you notice at the end of that how Paul Heyman was taking his sweet ass time and he was giving weird looks and he was like,
and he still had a little bit of the. Some of the accents were different colors, blue, red. He was.
Yeah, I do think Roman ends up on Raw. I think he's on Raw from here on out. I think to separate them a little bit and separate him and Cody for a little bit. But I wouldn't be shocked if Heyman were to turn on Roman, and that's the next logic. I thought it was going to happen on Monday. Yeah, I thought it was going to happen after the way Heyman was being. When he was getting in the ring because he was holding the Ulafala, he was given looks that was like, oh, what's he thinking about right now? Like, what's Heyman thinking about right now? And yeah, I could see Heyman turning on Roman, and maybe that's like the next story until we know when The Rock is like actually gonna do stuff and wrestle and come back, which might be Mania, it might not, I don't know. But Heyman aligning with Punk, that could happen too. I do think if it ends up being Punk and Roman at Mania, like the rumor is, it's 100% going to have to do with the favor. Like, that's going to be the basis of it, however it goes. Now, would that favor be, hey, here's my favor. I want a match with Roman at WrestleMania, but I want you in my corner. Like, could that be the favor? So Heyman is in Punk's corner against Roman at Mania? And Roman's like, and that becomes like an extra thing to the story.
I kind of wished that they did similarly to when Brock came back and Paul Heyman didn't know, supposedly. And so they were doing that. They were kind of like teasing if Paul was going to turn on Roman then and go back with Brock.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brock and Punk are really like, in the Paul Heyman verse, they're really like the same person.
Yeah.
So like
maybe Solo goes back to NXT.
I don't know about that.
Goes back to NXT and challenges Obafemi for that.
And loses.
By the way, how do you guys feel about that? Of all three of those how do you feel about that? NXT How did you feel about Julia winning finally and Obafemi?
Well, Drew doesn't like wrestling, so he doesn't watch NXT. The best wrestling show, the most consistently I will say the most consistently good wrestling
Sandy's
show
not here,
every
right?
week. Huh?
Sandy's not here. Right?
No.
Listen, I'm with you, Drew. And it's not because I don't think it's a good program. It's the one I miss the most. There's so much. Listen. There's so much wrestling on. Like, if you don't have a cool down night, sometimes, and Tuesday night seems to be a good sweet spot for that. Unfortunately, so I catch it later. But like,
I mean, Thursday night's my cool down night. I don't watch wrestling on Thursday nights, so this is my cool down night.
I know, but it's not. It's funny. So here's the funny thing: it's your cool down night regarding wrestling, but it's actually your most podcasted night because you do 2 hours with me in the morning, and then you do 2+ hours sometimes with this guy.
Yep. Iron Man. It's who I am. It's who I am.
And he yells on both shows.
I yelled more on Firmly this week. I've been pretty chill tonight. I've been pretty chill tonight. On Tuesday I let it go.
Show.
Yeah, it's about the 30-minute mark if anybody wants to see. But I yelled for a good 3 minutes about Terry. Yes, he is. I think he'll be there. Maria, Mike Bailey should be showing up probably towards the end of the month. I think he's going to some visa stuff and things of that nature or something like that. But yes, he is going to AEW. I would expect that we see him very shortly and very soon in AEW Speedball, Mike Bailey, and he's going to be a friggin' superstar in that company.
Just give me him and Daniel Garcia for the TNT title.
Give it
right
to me
away.
all. Oh, Pluggo, I need to ask you, how do you feel about MJF and Jeff Jarrett?
Next question.
I like it.
I hated it.
I like it. I think I didn't know I needed it, but I think that's perfect for both of them.
Listen,
yeah.
that was too damn long. That was too much Jeff Jarrett on my program.
What are you going to do when Jeff Jarrett literally goes for the world title here?
If he wins the world title, I will.
I don't think he's going to win it, but he's definitely going to. I would not be shocked if he has a pay-per-view match.
He's not going to win the title
for the world title.
I will check out.
I would not be shocked.
Listen, but I'm just saying. Listen. You can be logical all you want. I'm going to be illogical. I'm going to say if that man wins the AEW world title, I will check out from AEW until he is no longer AEW world title.
Oh, well, there you go. Dan Brown is saying the wrestling world needs more Jeff. He says, I won't sit here and let you disparage the good name of Double J.
You don't have
Pluggo
to
hates Double J, bro. Pluggo hates him.
There's not one wrestler that you're just like, that's not my vibe. I double down on Double J. It's not my vibe.
I'm gonna do.
I mean, I will say no.
I just had.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Hulk Hogan's not my vibe.
He comes back and wins the undisputed. He beats Cody Rhodes for the undisputed world championship. You're not checking out.
If the old guy was in charge, probably.
Obviously, that's for vastly different reasons, for sure. Mine is simply simply just because I haven't been a Double J guy my entire life. When I was a WCW kid growing up, I never vibed with him then. I don't vibe with him now, so I've just kind of stuck with it. It's not because I don't.
You mean Collision? Because there's no Rampage anymore.
Yeah. Did they just announce Moxley versus Jeff Jarrett on Collision Saturday? Is Johnny being truthful there? Because that would be fun.
Well,
I'm all in on that.
If he is, well, I guess I'm not watching Collision.
Stop that. Dan, this is where I'm going to cut you off, bro. This is where I'm going to cut you off.
You don't cut Dan Brown off.
Yeah.
No. What is going on?
Oh, he was joking.
No, he was kidding. Joking. He was kidding. He's fighting for the world title this year. He is. He's going to lose. But he is fighting for the world title this year. That is happening.
But nobody's like, who's really deep down being like, yeah, I really need this last Jeff Jarrett run of my life. Like, who's like,
it's fair.
To the outside of Jeff Jarrett himself. I don't even think Karen wants it.
I know Sunday Sinner that's in our Firmly chats. He wants it to happen. I wouldn't be shocked if your co-host on 4 Exposure wants it to really happen.
Well, I think
he seems to be a Jarrett guy. I bet you Spencer would really like to see it happen.
Like deep down in your core of
Dan Brown really needs to see it happen.
You're like, this is the one.
Yeah.
Of all the things that we want in AEW for AEW to prosper and be successful, this is everybody's hill they're dying on. Come on now.
Yeah. I will say I'd be cool with one match. Yeah, I'd be cool with him fighting for the heavyweight title and he loses, and then it's like, okay, then you go on to Maria
It's
says
harmless.
yeah. Maria says nobody is talking about Swerve being the one to take down Moxley. Now, I know Swerve is dealing with other things. Him and Ricochet are on a collision course. And you know, but that is a name that I feel like when we talk about who will beat Moxley, we don't really mention him. We talk about Darby. We talk about now Kenny and Will, and now Copeland is going for him. I know Swerve is dealing with other things, but
Getting
what about
stabbed
Swerve?
out by Ricochet?
Yeah. What about Swerve?
It's possible.
Like, I don't think it would be anytime soon, but like, you know, a few months down the line, like Swerve would be a fitting person to take that off, right? I look at Swerve and I think of like, all right, that's an AEW guy. I don't look at Copeland and think he's an AEW guy. You know, we got one more. Look at it. Dustin saying one more like we get to 20, and then we get to break some LPW.
And then
news.
Spencer's here. He can upload things into the chat.
I think he said he already did, didn't he?
Did he upload it already? I don't know.
I thought he already said it.
I don't know how to party.
Yeah, he said if you want to aim for 30 likes. So
it says if we hit 20.
20. That's right, not 30.
Pluggo, I sent you guys the video to play in
I have it.
You have to upload it yourself. Wow, God, he's
making us do work.
He's such a hard.
I'm seeing 20 likes.
Does it have 20?
I don't know.
Let me see. I got 21, bro.
Oh, do I need to do? Do I need to do that?
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
So you guys talk while I do this for a minute, huh?
I haven't even looked at it yet in the Slack.
Get off my back.
Get to work.
I'm gonna do some show programming while we're on the air.
Show programming.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
I thought the other day.
Show programming.
What
you had a
so firmly. By the way, we didn't talk. I was going to talk about this today, but 2 weeks from now, I will not be doing firmly AEW because I have to be at work early in the morning. So
call out.
It's not something I can call.
What's more important? What's more important? The New York students?
Wow.
King of shit.
Well, if you want me to tell you,
I'm kidding.
If you want,
JPJ hates love. He hates kids. He hates men crying.
I give a shit. They're gonna grow up to be Yankee fans. Those kids are all losers.
All right, I had to switch.
Anyway,
I had to switch to the phone because the iPad was dying. Still 10-10.
The following week is Royal Rumble, right? That's when you boys are going to the Rumble.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I have to find somebody to do firmly with the following week.
Yeah, I will be in the air during firmly AEW.
Dan Brown, do we follow each other on Twitter?
You getting Dan? Yeah, he's in our chats usually for firmly.
You know, I live in Indiana.
No, you're not doing this on my fucking show. You do this.
10 a.m.
You do this on your own.
I just want to know because I'll talk to him all. I'm not going to talk to him
own.
here. I just want to know if we follow each other. That's all.
Jesus Christ. What the hell has this come down to? Not only, and I love Drew, clearly. I do 2 shows a week with him. Not only does he just come on the show without either of us saying he can. Not only is that the first thing that happens.
Listen, you had been talking to me about somebody like hijacking the superstation of Between Two Beards once, and I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
That was you.
You're trying to blame me for that.
Because it was you. Go on YouTube, look at the footage. I'm going to be Tony Khan. I'm going to release the footage. That's what I'm going to do. Let me release the footage. Anyway.
Well, you know what that'll do to the ratings, like it did for AEW.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. We'll figure
Don't
it out.
think too hard about this question. Chat, you answer it as well while we get the thing uploaded. Is it uploaded? But we'll just do this real quick. Here's my question. Who loses their NXT championship first, Julia or Obafemi? Julia's got, I think, a much tougher slate in terms of the women's division. It's not by a landslide, but I think it's stacked in her.
I think it's by a landslide. I would say it's by a landslide.
Okay.
I think the women's division is much stronger.
And it's gonna get stronger
the
with Jordan
men's-
Grace.
than the
Jordan
men's
Grace,
division.
is she going to NXT? Or
I would have her go right to the main roster.
I was gonna
but
say
I could see
this
them-
was her NXT tryout. Was these things right?
Yeah, I thought her. Yes, I would have her right on the main roster. Jordan Grace, like she
Okay.
does not strike me as being someone who needs to be on NXT. But
Dan Brown said Oba drops it first. Is that because
I think it's Julia.
Because it slipped out of his fingers while he was macking on Nikita Lyons?
I think
Because-
it's Julia, and it's like we have Stephanie Vakur there, we have Zarya.
She's
there.
going-
Nikita Lyons.
Oba.
What is it?
Femi?
There was some moment where they kind of flirted on air a couple weeks back. I thought.
Oh yeah, him and Lakia Lyons. Yeah, they had it.
Yeah,
But now he's a babyface now, so that's not happening. That's not happening.
Well, I was going to say Stephanie Vakur, of course, is in the mix, but she's the number one contender for the North American Championship now. So
But I think
she'll
like,
probably
when
win that to keep them separate.
When you look at the men's roster, right, and you look at the men's NXT heavyweight roster, it's Oba Femi, it's Trick Williams, Eddie Thorpe,
Tony D, but
he's the North American
Right,
champion right,
right,
now.
but yeah,
Wes
yeah.
Lee, I would assume, is coming. I would expect Wes Lee to be in the Rumble and on the main roster, I would think. What are you looking at? I'm on a commercial, dude.
they lit him up on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're way behind, dude. I'm on a commercial.
I was with you, and then I had to switch to my phone, which my phone is always dying
gotcha.
because my iPad was dying.
Gotcha.
And my charger, when it's in there while I'm watching something, does not keep it charged. So I need to
Ethan
buy
Page, good shout.
Remind
I
me
love
to buy extra chargers for Indy.
Ethan Page is another one.
Yeah, Ethan Page. That moment with The Rock was
Awesome.
very cool because I loved Ethan Page's response because you don't hear that very often. Ava's giving him shit about breaking hands, breaking jaws, doing all this, and he said, "That's funny that you're mad at me about it. It's been on every show since it's happened," which I thought was a beautiful line because nobody ever talks about that. You hate it so much. Why you keep replaying it?
Yep.
And then The Rock comes out, dude, and I was like, this is interesting. And he wants to be cool with Ethan Page as long as Ethan Page is cool with his daughter, of course. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I had a good time. I had a good time with that.
I did. It was a good time. All right, I have everything loaded. We're good to go. So
I have not seen this, so I don't know what it
we
is.
will break this news. It's a video.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to play the video.
I saw the face.
Yeah. I'm just going to play the video.
We'll just
so we have breaking news. We reached our 20 likes for the night. So we have breaking news LPW 33. Breaking news. We will play this video and then we'll come back and we'll close up shop here. So here is the breaking news. Let me get to the video. Here it comes. It's a 30-second thing. Here we go. Breaking news LPW 33.
When Love Wrestling asked me what I wanted out of my final run of matches, I could only think of two things: challenges and championships. And then it dawned on me, I could have both.
Hell yeah. Hopefully that doesn't get us kicked off YouTube.
Did he just rip? Did
Yeah.
he just rip Michael Richard Blazes?
Well, he said he said
And
he wanted
over.
challengers and championships.
Ben
it seems
Ortman,
like-
you massive hog carrying stud, you. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh,
Well, I will tell you this. Now that we know that Big Ben, our pal,
dibs on that LPW show.
I was
please.
going to say, like, either that or he needs to come
He's
on this
come
show
up here,
finally
yeah.
because he's never been on here and he's been our
Yes.
friend since we started this shit.
Yes.
So if
Ben, you gotta-
anybody needs to interview that guy to promote that stuff, I would very much like to. I would like to throw Beards' hat in the ring. please.
MRB, watch yourself. Watch
Yeah, that should
yourself.
be good. Big Ben Ortman against MRB.
Wrestling is
The
the coolest thing on the planet.
Challenge Championship. That is going to rule.
Well,
Big Ben rules.
Drew Nicholas is the coolest thing on the planet than wrestling.
It's fair. All right, guys, we got to get out of here.
We do.
We were going to do a draft tonight, but we'll save that
We're
for
gonna-
when Grams.
we
Well,
are
here's the
gonna-
thing. We got to explain this though, because in a couple weeks it's not going to. So we did the Will Friedel thing earlier about him getting the snub and things like that.
Rightfully So
No, please. I love Drew because every time he types it in here, it shows up as Love Wrestling.
Well,
No.
I put my name there now. So this
I
doesn't
know, but it's funny because all Spencer's comments are. It's just funny, but So we were gonna do a '90s teen, like heartthrob draft.
Teen
That's what
icons.
teen icon. We were gonna do a '90s
God.
teen icon draft, and yeah, that's what we were gonna do. But obviously, Graham had some stuff that happened beforehand.
We pitched it to him and he was in, and I feel like we would be crappy if we were just like, let's steal that draft and not do that with you, because he was so down.
Yeah.
Heartthrobs, man. How much time do you got?
Yeah. So when
That's and I did some research today. There's a lot of options.
dude, let me tell you. I was like, are we gonna be able to come up with 15? And then I was like, there's a million of these because it's not just it's guys and girls, it's just teen icons of the 90s.
The 90s was a hot time.
It was
for
me though. Can I be honest? I'm not going to talk about it because we're going to wait for Graham, because we kind of talked about it with him and we were excited. The number one pick to me, no doubter. So no doubter. No doubter. I feel like it's an Andrew Luck, no doubter.
Yeah, that worked out.
But either way, all right. Let's
Oh,
get out of here.
I love to see that DM though.
Oh,
I am not
Next
going to
week.
be on this show, but I'm going to tell you who, without a doubt, my number one was, because
Go for it.
one was Matthew Lawrence. Like, that was my number one.
Is he a teen icon though?
Matthew
In the
Lawrence.
90s?
In the 90s? I think Joey Lawrence was more of a teen.
Joey,
Matthew,
all of them, dude. They were the Lawrence.
Corey Haim is 80s.
Yeah, but Matthew was the one on Boy Meets
If you wanted to look at the Lawrence, they're a faction. You draft them together.
They got three of them. It's three of them.
I think there's even
It's
four.
It's really just Joey and Matthew. Those are the two standouts, but there's still other ones.
Didn't they have the little brother?
Yeah. But I think Corey Haim was more the 80s,
That's
right?
80s,
Like
yeah,
he
he's
by the
more
time
80s,
the
but-
90s rolled around, he was kind of that's Joey Lawrence.
Even Joey, yeah, that was early night. But I think he was older than a teen at that point, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to do the research. But if you want
he was on Blossom, right? He got famous on Blossom. That's
what about that? That was the crux.
Yeah, Dustin.
No. That was the crux of my whole idea to do that draft, was because he does not make the top 15. Not a shot in hell.
That has nothing to do with the disrespect that was given to him on Monday night. You showed him on your screen. He is a celebrity. He's on the same show with the person sitting right next to him. If you're not going to give him the graphic, at least mention him on commentary. Give me a break.
Ophelia has got to be the official for our drafts, because she's like, yep, Corey Haim was 20 and 91 out.
Yeah.
Oh!
But here's the thing, though. We need caveats because
why?
Because we're saying 90s teen icons. Are we saying that the people that we're picking have to be teens, or are we talking about icons that like the teenagers loved? Because Joey Lawrence was probably not a teen in the 90s, but he was a teen heartthrob. So does he not count because he's not a teen? To me, he would count. You know what I mean?
That's a great shout. I mean,
so I just need, again, like we got a couple weeks now, obviously, but that's like kind of, because
this show is insane.
That's what I need. This show is crazy, but that's what I need. I need to know by the time we draft, is it?
But I'm thinking of the worlds of like JTT. You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
I'm just saying, like, Instinct.
Do not.
Britney.
Do not.
Everybody knows who these people are.
We don't got to talk about them.
You don't know who I'm. You don't know my draft board, dude. You don't know my war room.
Yeah, but like, okay, so yes, they were teenagers, but like Luke Perry was a teen icon for Beverly Hills 90210. That dude was like 30. Not really, but he was like he was not a teen when he was doing that. But Luke Perry in the 90s for Beverly Hills 90210 was a teen heartthrob icon, but he was a grown ass man. So if would that count? Anyway, we'll come up with the rules. We got.
If you're sitting here doing the teen heartthrob icon draft and you're like Luke Perry, I might be like.
But if you go back to the 90s,
dog.
I'm not saying I would draft him. But
that ain't the spirit of the award.
I get it, but Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows who they are, just like Pluggo knew who Maleficent was.
I still like. Yeah, I
Unbelievable.
I don't remember her
Couldn't
part in
believe
that
it.
movie, dude.
Yeah. All right, Pluggo. Let's plug this. Well, Drew, are you plugging things actually, or it's not your show? So you're not. What are you?
What are
wanna
you
plug your
doing? What are you
stuff?
doing here? The show is ridiculous.
Okay, sure. You can follow me at the
Oh,
I was like, why is he taking so long? And I was like, he was trying to stay looking at the camera, but figure out where to go with the mouse. That's exactly why he took so long. He was like, but he's like looking down here. It's like, shit. How was the button?
Big Ben Ortmans is coming on.
Hell yeah, that's
Beard
dope.
soon,
That's
I hope.
dope. That's
oh,
really
he's
cool.
coming to LPW.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
dope.
got a
I like
massive
that.
hog.
I love that. We love Big Ben around here. All right, Pluggo, do the damn thing.
All
Tell
right.
the people all the stuff so we can get on out of here.
Okay, well, tune in this Saturday morning, 10 a.m. for Exposure with Blair Pacheco and myself talking all sorts of independent wrestling. We've got an interview scheduled tomorrow night with some. It'll drop later. You'll see it. It's going to be dope. So go to For Exposure Pod for that. And then find all my writings at lovewrestling.ca. I started doing the Pluggo's Top 5. Sounds like my Top 5 is going to be chock full of some interesting stuff this week. And then everything on my pages are at Pluggo. So go to Pluggo everywhere and you'll find my face and check all that fun stuff out. And then B2 Beards on all social media platforms. You click that, you find us. You'll see what we got going on. We got a lot of things in the works coming up. It's going to be a busy month for you boys. So go check us out.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Johnny, for the compliments in the chat. Thank you to everybody who hung out tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight was awesome.
It was wild.
Obviously, we had a spur of the moment change of things with our original guests having to reschedule. But this was a very, very fun episode. We
Yeah,
literally
all the new
talked about-
people here every Thursday night, 8 p.m.
Yep. If
We're
you
here.
love the stream, if this was your first time, literally every Thursday night, 8 p.m., like Pluggo just said, we are the flagship show. You will find us here everywhere. And so, but that's going to be it. You can follow
Go
me
Irish.
at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, including Twitch and YouTube. Like both my guests, both my co-hosts who were on here tonight.
We're his
But
guests.
yeah, literally. That's what it felt like at times. Jesus Christ. Anyway, you can find me Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. with Drew doing Firmly Love Wrestling. Obviously, Pluggo and I just told you where you can find us here for the flagship Between Two Beards. But like Pluggo said, pay attention to the socials. Big, big year ahead. But this next month for Beards is going to be particularly a fun one. A fun, wild one.
At
So,
the Rumble. So
Yes.
you'll see a lot of content from us.
absolutely. All right, y'all. You know the drill. Thank you to everybody who participated in the chat. We appreciate you all. Until next week, say hi to Sue now.
Hi, Sue. Go Irish. Let's go, boys.
Peace out.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You you have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you Two Beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves. Not good.